What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Nate Campbell. How y'all doing today? This is Nate Campbell with Experience the Galaxy with Nate Campbell. And sitting there with me today is my man David Emmanuel, as well as my man John. We're going to be having a round the table. Sitting around this table, we're going to talk a little trash tonight. Make y'all laugh. Hurt y'all feeling. We're going to do a whole lot of stuff tonight. But y'all got to let me know how y'all feel about this thing. So, last week we watched the Deontay Wilder fight, and David, I know David want to jump right in. David ain't shit, boy, but I'm David,
what?
Whatever.
I ain't got nothing to say, shit.
David ain't done nothing but give me a hard time all week about that fight.
Yeah, because I was not expecting that. I had never seen Deontay fight before, and I still haven't seen him fight. I seen him take an ass whooping, kind of like a slave from a gypsy slave master. I was like, let him go free. And he beat the blood up out his ear. You feel me? I ain't never seen a boxer bleed out the ear like that, dog. Somebody should have put a tampon in his ear. The man got beat so bad, I started training yesterday just in case he fight again. I'm just going to jump in the ring. I take the beating for him. Sometimes you got to take the beating for people. Because the man was getting his ass whooped and still coming forward. See, he's a coming forward fighter, and I used to be like that. I was stiff, but I would go in and a motherfucker be done clock me about 3-4 times, but my spirit was still going forward, and the person was beating the hell out of me. So I had to do more training. I had to get more training. Shit. That man need training. He got millions of dollars. He could pay somebody to train him. You don't have to get beat like that, sir. Call me. My advice is free. Anybody get their ass whooped like that for free, man, that shit hurt my spirit, dog. I'm just saying. Am I wrong?
You dead ass wrong.
No, bruh, come on, man.
You said that shit hurt my spirit. Man, listen. I've been talking to a lot of fighters, man. I was in Vegas. Then a lot of guys called me. Man, a lot of my boys called me. I'm talking about a lot of my boys called me. And they all had the same thing. They say, man, you got to, as far as we concerned, man, we don't care about him losing. We care about the fact that he's not accepting fault for the loss the way that he should. He was a better man. He got it tonight. My coach did what he had to do. Trainer did what he had to do. I mean, it's so much stuff that could have been said, but it ain't my business.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, people are really voicing their opinions on the fact that he hasn't, you know what I'm saying, accepted.
Well, let me ask you, Mr. Campbell. Now, Deontay Wilder actually made history, believe it or not, because from centuries of boxing, way from back in the past and everything, they've been searching for a great white hope. And Deontay Wilder opened the gate and let the great white hope through. Fury has made history. He got all 3 of them belts. So he got.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
He don't?
Anthony Joshua.
No, he's got one.
He got one.
Oh.
He has the ring belt. He's the lineal champion, they say.
Okay.
Because he beat Klitschko. And nobody beat him.
Ooh, Klitschko.
The man who beat the man who beat the man.
Yeah, he beat Klitschko.
The lineal goes all the way back to John L. Sullivan with a break in it for Rocky Marciano, who retired. But other than that, it's the man who beat the man who beat the man.
Right.
Ali.
All lineage has been broken, and they can do what they want to do. If you go down the line, all lineage has been broken. Mm-hmm. So when they make a lineal champ, I think the lineal champ is more of a whatever. But he did beat Klitschko, and Klitschko was the longest reigning guy.
Yeah.
He beat him.
Klitschko got old, right?
He was 90, but I mean, it ain't got nothing to do with it. Shit, he fought.
Right.
And then Joshua beat the other Klitschko. Mm-hmm. And so I hear they're trying to make that fight. For what I'm hearing, they trying to pay Deontay a whole bunch of money to step aside. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've heard some crazy numbers.
Right.
And if the craziest number is the number they throwing at him, I say you take that step aside money and you work on your craft.
Yeah, he don't have a choice.
No, he tell him, no, I want to fight.
No, I'm saying, but the way he got beat, I mean, it wouldn't make sense to hop back in the ring.
Well, yes, it would. But again, if the numbers that they're telling me he been offered,
right?
If those numbers are really real,
yeah,
I would step aside.
Right.
Because
well, it's got to be that big because it's not like he's stepping aside for a guy that he couldn't kick the shit out of in Anthony Joshua, because that's what he would do.
Right.
The problem is he takes the money and steps aside. You know what I mean? Like he has to worry about what happens in between. So what happens in the Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua? My guess is Tyson Fury wins.
Right, but I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care.
Well, for $100 million, I wouldn't care.
I wouldn't care
because that money's so big. It's not like they're giving him $5 million to step aside.
I heard it, dude. I'm hearing 20 million, 100 million. I'm hearing some crazy fucking numbers. I'm like, aside, I have stepped. Lennox Lewis, I think they said Lennox Lewis made like $5 million to step aside, so the other guys could fight back in the day. They offered this motherfucker 20 times that, from what I'm hearing. And I'm like, dude, this what you call falling in shit, coming out smelling like roses. And if the numbers are that serious, if I was his management, I say step aside. I say step aside, and
he will
have it written into the contract that the immediate rematch takes place. Whoever wins has to fight him immediately.
Well, that's what it's going to be.
Right.
Yeah. So now you say this management. Now that's different from the people who was at the ring, because you already say he didn't listen to his ring people.
Well, no, because he got that. He still got Shelly Finkel as management. Shelly Finkel and JD's, they threw Mark under the bus. And if I was they better be glad Mark ain't invite me to camp and let me loose on them. I fight them motherfuckers right there. They have to put me in Alabama jail because I fight them.
Well, apparently you or somebody is who they need in when he's sparring. Somebody who's gonna make him put up a defense.
Well, you can't. Let me tell you something. I think that so many guys have been afraid of Deontay for so long that they haven't given him. He hasn't gotten the sparring he's needed because of the fear of the men on the other side.
Yeah, we can see that.
So I think that what is going to happen now is they need to get somebody who's going to try to back him up.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who, if you got to pay 10 guys and tell you, look, $5,000 a week or whatever, you got to, hey, back him up.
So could you give me some insight on what would make a fighter not be honest about what happened in that ring?
They can't take it. The fighters go fight men. We're all men.
Even if he go watch the footage and watch what happened.
We are delusional. A lot of times we can be delusional. We can be delusional.
Well, I'm just speaking from comedy, and I know it's two totally different things. But when I do a horrible show and I do bad, I admit to it.
The last set I did, I feel like was horrible. The last set I did was horrible.
Which one, that over, Mike?
Yeah, I felt like it was horrible.
No, it wasn't that bad.
No, but I feel that way.
Right.
I feel that way.
And you're not even willing to lie about it.
Right. I'm like,
right?
I ain't using none of that shit. I'm using this, none of that other
right.
shit.
Because you got to be honest.
Right. But I got to be brutally honest with myself because I want to be so funny that motherfuckers fall down laughing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be that kind of guy as a fighter.
So that's right, because I don't understand why you wouldn't be honest in boxing. Like if you know your jab, your cross, your uppercut, and your feint to the right or left or whatever, and you didn't do that in the fight, it's like I come out the fight and say, damn, I didn't slip that, I didn't come over the top, I didn't uppercut, I didn't duck that. I would fucking be honest because you got to get in that ring again, and if you're not honest with yourself, that's dangerous.
Honesty in this game, honesty would have been the other night. Honesty would have been hugging his coach and saying thank you.
Yeah, thank you for saving my life.
Yeah, because he was getting handled, and I know we all were sitting there watching the same thing. I was saying stop the fight after the third round.
Right. Anytime blood is gushing from your ear.
It wasn't just the blood part, because I'm cool with the blood.
The blood, but
I'm a fighter. Blood don't faze me.
But the cut man wasn't even cleaning it up.
He didn't have one.
He didn't.
He didn't have a cut man. JD's was acting as cut man because he's too damn cheap to pay somebody.
Damn.
These are people that got your career in their hands, man.
Making millions of dollars, you can't get a cut man.
Pay somebody $20,000, $30,000 to come work this boy cut. The other boy had Stitch Duran. I was in the gym with Stitch Duran the other day. Shit. The other boy's cut man. Mm-hmm. Stitch Duran don't work nowhere but cuts.
Mm. Well, it's hard to do the job if you don't bring the proper tools.
I'm a cut man.
Mm.
I can stop. I'm a cut man's cut man. I was taught by Chuck Bodak, Jimmy Waldrop. Joe Sousa gave me taught me some stuff. Anybody that was ringside, I was in their face trying to learn something. John would say, I'll wrap my own hands.
Right. Well, I mean, you do sewing, right? So you could stitch that nigga in the rain if you had to.
Yeah, if I had to, but
Yeah.
it ain't just that. I understand how to stop a cut. I understand the things I need. Understand the things. Some cuts can't be stopped. They can just be contained. Some can't be contained. When Klitschko, the one that Tyson Fury beat, when he
fought Lennox Lewis, that eye was hanging.
It wasn't the eye. The eye was contained.
Shit was hanging.
The eye was contained. And I'm gonna tell you something. I knew you were gonna say that. Joe Sousa, I never forget him. Guys, my words. He said, "Champ, it wasn't even the eye." He said, I contained that. I stopped that one. That wasn't bleeding. It was just open." He said, "But the one in his mouth," he said, "it was this deep, John." He said he stick his finger down in his mouth that far.
There it is, right there.
Yeah, but that one, that even though that was bad, he said it was the cut in his lip. Show the cut in his lip.
Yeah.
He said the cut in his lip. He said, I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. He said, I didn't know what I was going to do.
What in his eyes was pretty fucked up.
It was bad, but
his eye was hanging.
Yes, but he could contain that. He said, I could contain that. He said, I couldn't make the lid open. He said, but what I could do is stop the bleeding. And the problem is, I stopped the cut with no adrenaline. Quentin Willis will tell you, I stopped his cut and got him a win with no adrenaline. Just pressure and Vaseline and Q-tips, because my adrenaline, they wouldn't let me use my adrenaline in the corner. I stopped his brother cut. It dripped one time in the last round on ESPN Friday Night Fights in Key West. I can stop cuts, but I've been taught to stop cuts. I've been trained.
I wonder why they pockets so tight that they're not getting the proper tools they need ringside.
Bro, let me tell you something. There's so much stuff that went on.
Look, Mike Tyson went to Tokyo, and Aaron Snow did not have an end swell for a heavyweight undisputed heavyweight championship in the world.
Against Buster Douglas. Guess what he was putting on his eye? Hold on. Don't wait a minute. Guess what he was putting on his eye?
What?
The motherfucker pulled a condom out, put ice and water in it, and was putting a condom on his eye. If I'm lying, you got to pull that shit up, John.
Damn.
I thought it was a rubber glove.
Nah, it was a condom. He put a rubber eye. That's what they told me had a condom.
We call that field expedient in the military and the Marines when we had to make field expedient antennas. And made your shit up in the field, survival mode.
Yeah, you gotta do what you got. But then, and you ain't had the right stuff. Man, you gotta realize something. I have seen some crazy shit go on in these corners. And all to save a few dollars.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
But you as a fighter, don't you have the right to demand you have the proper stuff there?
But you know the problem is?
No.
A lot of us fighters trust people that really don't have our best interests at heart.
Right. I mean,
when I saw that video of them throwing Mark Breeden under the bus, I said he should have fired both of them right now. But because they telling you lie. Oh, you could have come back. No. Wasn't no coming back from that.
Who told them that shit?
Them two guys sitting on that dais, Shelly Finkel and John and JD's need their ass whooped.
Yeah. You two stupid motherfuckers.
This man got a family. He got 8 kids.
Damn.
He got 8 kids, what I hear.
Yeah, because that's why I was asking you, why he got to fight, and you said the man got to make money to feed his children.
Got to feed his kids, man.
And I'm like, if you made it through them other 42 fights, and I didn't see them, I tried to go on YouTube and watch every damn fight, because I wanted to watch all 42 of them motherfuckers to find out what the hell happened this night. And YouTube won't play it in order.
He got hit. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face.
Or in the ear.
Yeah, but like I asked you, was he an Olympian boxer? When I hear when I hear Olympian, I already think you got the basics and you're an expert in the basics.
Listen,
no.
Let me tell you what he did. He explained it himself over and over again, and you live by the sword and you die by the sword. This is what he said. He said after the last 5 fights, they got to be perfect for 12 rounds. I got to be perfect for 1 second. And he said it over and over and over again. And that's what he believes. He believes I'll just hang around. I don't need a jab. I'm going to hit him with the right hand. I've done it 42 times. One guy survived. Stavern survived. And I drew with Tyson Fury. Pretty good odds, right? You say that stuff to yourself. But look, at the boxing world just has been sitting here since day one when this guy came saying he's short on skills, something's going to happen. He just went way farther. He went way farther than I thought he was. When he was 10-0, I said, no skills, going to get hit. A Lennox Lewis or a Holyfield or a sneaky guy like this is going to come out. None of those guys are out there.
They don't exist.
Right.
They don't exist.
Well, I mean, it feels good to know that I'm not the stupid motherfucker in the room.
You ain't.
I graduated with 1.8 GPA, and I thought, well, maybe I ain't figuring some shit out right. Because, a police officer came in the gym and knocked my ass around 3-4 times, and I went and sat down. And I told my teacher, you're going to have to teach me some shit because he shouldn't be knocking me around like this. Because it's different when you face a boxer. Right. You can be a martial artist, but when you face a boxer and you ain't doing nothing but hands, you got to know some shit.
Right.
And see, I'm the type of motherfucker, I run in, I'm like, I'll take a few licks. But if you got the right motherfucker hitting you, you don't want to take no damn licks. So
Tyson Fury don't punch that hard. He slaps, and I think really more than anything, he slapped him, and that air went in his ear and bust that eardrum. Because that's how I got a perforated eardrum. Victor Cayo hit me with an open glove and perforated my eardrum. But
I hit my head on the side of a railing on a pool. A kid pushed me in, hit the side there, busted the eardrum. Didn't bleed like that, but it was fucked up for a month or something.
Right. But
it got infected and everything.
But the cool thing about it was I had already done so much work. I don't bounce. I don't need my legs like they need their legs. I just work. I work from where I am with what I have, and I had so many other tools that I had put together in my life throughout all my work that I was okay. But that's not every. I'm not. Look, a lot of guys don't give me credit for this, that, and other. But you gotta understand something. I took what I had and the time I had, and I used the shit out of it.
Right.
And I learned to use every other thing I had as well. And when I got to the point where I was taking off too much weight and hurting myself, and I wasn't being given the benefit of the doubt, I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to keep going because I wasn't giving myself the benefit of the doubt. The benefit of training properly. I was getting short notice fights, and that comes up in the end of your career a lot of times.
Right.
But I just think that Deontay can do better, but he has to make fundamental changes in his game plan for one, and he also has to get. I'm gonna say it. JD's is in the way. He's in the way. He need to listen to that one man and stop that fight, because that's the one man that knows exactly what he needs to go. My baby daughter said this the other day, but today, she said, "Daddy, even I got a 1, 2, 3.
Damn.
And I don't even fight. I just come to the gym and hit the mitts with you. And she got a 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
She said I got a 1, 2, 3. So I ain't got to use. She said I got an uppercut. She said, but for nothing else, I got a 1, 2, 3.
All the time. Doing like body muscle memory.
She got a 1, 2, 3. She said it ain't the most pretty, it ain't the most beautiful, but if I hit you with it, I get you.
Yeah.
And she can pop, but he gotta go back. He gotta really, really, really go to the basics, and just the basics. All he needs is the basics.
Right, and I don't understand why he won't do it. It makes no sense to me.
Because he's 42, 1-1. That's why he's not 42. He's not 42 and 43 or something, and somebody's teaching him. He's 42, 1-1, and he's listening to one or two guys in his corner. I'm clearly not Breland, one of them, and just supporting what the guy says. Young around these. You look at Nate, man. You don't become a world champion without an ego.
Oh, we got it.
The problem is the good fighters listen to the guys. Just watch Nate talk with these guys that were his trainers. I watched Nate when he won the championship, listening to what's his name, John David Jackson.
Yes, sir.
But watch that fight and watch Nate listening to him, and you can tell he listened to him. He reacted. Nate went out and responded to it. John David Jackson, he's a pretty good fighter, but he's a really good trainer. He's a really good trainer.
Two-time world champion. And let me tell you something. Me and John could actually, there were times when me and John would say shit to me about what was going on in the ring. He'd ask me questions and tell me something and tell me what. Me and John had this thing. We have this thing. He can look at me and I know what he wants. He can tell you what I'm going to do next. He knows me. I know him. I understand what he wants. That's a beautiful place to be, man, to be symbiotic in a relationship with your trainer to the point that I can look at him and he can tell me what he wants. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. And you know what I'm saying? Somebody's calling.
Yep.
That's beautiful. He can tell you what I'm going to do next. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Who goes there? Me. I know him.
Yeah, hang on.
I understand what he wants.
There you go.
How you doing? Hello?
Nope.
They dropped.
We lost him.
So what does Dwayne Wade want?
Dwayne Wade is crazy, man. I stopped folk business.
Yeah, he was in the locker room window shopping for something.
With Deontay?
The men's locker room. Dwayne Wade. I mean, that's what history, we starting to find out some interesting things. And, yeah. Well, I'm just saying, from what I hear, he said his son girl, girl son, knew at the age of 3 that.
I'm just going to have a problem with that, man. I got a problem with that. Ain't no way in hell no 3-year-old going to tell me any damn thing. First of all, a 3-year-old can't tell me what they want for breakfast.
Right,
dinner, lunch.
right. And here's my thing on it. The previous 2 years, you was sucking on your mama titty. So
some of them are sucking on their mom's titties till they're 4 or 5. What are you talking about?
But that ain't the point. The point is,
what I'm saying is,
you telling me a kid knows his sexuality at 3? Come on, man. Come on.
He probably thought that was his girlfriend. He didn't even know that was his mama.
He need to be whooped. That Dwayne Wade need to be took outside and beat.
But he was dressing. They got pictures of him dressing in questionable stuff.
A lot of them dressing questionable shit. A lot of them.
They do that for attention?
Man, what the boy name is, Russell Westbrook. All of them wear that questionable foolishness.
Well, that's the emasculation of the black man.
Man.
Nobody wants to be honest about what it is. And, I'm not willing to be emasculated because if I put on a dress and my dick get hard in them panties, it's going to be.
What it's going to be?
It's going to be. It's going to be disastrous. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to do it. And we had a fellow comedian, Deion Cole, put on some fucking velvet bell bottoms.
Man, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Man, I tell you what's wrong with it. What's wrong with it is people defending what the fuck he did. That's
what he did. Bell bottoms was the shit back in the day.
Exactly. And people try to pan it off as fashion coming back in style. But if you look at his pose, he cocked his right leg out. He made an image of a vagina right here with a clitoris. And you can look at his energy. It wasn't just about fashion.
Man, pull that picture up. I need to see all this.
It's some real shit. Yeah, but see, as a comedian, you study this shit.
But I ain't seen it. I ain't seen it.
Okay, Brent, you got it. Deion Cole. Yeah, he's on Instagram because there's a musician.
Him and Snoop went at
it. There's a musician.
What was he wearing?
Velvet bell bottoms.
Velvet bell bottoms.
Blue bell bottoms. And he's on there talking about, fuck y'all, I was wearing this for this and this because this white guy wore it. But your energy at the time, that's what the fuck we look at. I'm looking at your energy. I'm looking at your facial expression. I'm reading your spirit.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Look how his legs is cocked, his pose. If it was just about fashion, you would just be...
Blow it up.
Yeah, hold on one second.
Let him see that energy. Emasculated bastard. Your motherfucking ass up. I'm just, hey, look. Okay.
I've seen worse.
Yeah.
There's a vagina and a clitoris in that area. Leg cocked to the side. Not even standing in a stance. He's ready for somebody to go up his anal hole and explore at this moment. I'm sorry, fellow comedian. Oh, yeah, well, T.I. came out to his defense and said, fuck them, and I ride with T.I., but T.I., goddamn it, this time, my man Deion Cole took it a little too far. Let me see you get on your album cover with them pants on talking about the trap is hot. Your trap gonna be hot. You put that shit on, somebody gonna try and fuck you, bro. That's all I'm saying, man. Damn, how emasculated we got to be.
Man, you got one dude making, you got a dude making male heels. If your name ain't Prince, nigga, you better have no heels on.
Man, goddamn.
If your name not Prince Rogers Nelson, You been that boy. Look him.
Okay, man. I know we don't run shit. Okay, I'm cool with that. But damn,
I'm a man.
do we have to be emasculated to that point?
Bro, I'm gonna tell you something. Every TV
Guy looks
show,
like he did it to himself there.
every
Yeah.
TV
But
show.
I mean, he's okay with it, and he said that you know.
Every TV show I'm watching here lately, they got
It's-
gay. It's got.
My God.
It's gay. It's male emasculation.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, what program was it? It had a black gay guy. I was like, God damn, why you can't have a?
Oh, they got the first gay. Was it superhero or something that's finna come out?
Yeah, black dude.
I just saw that.
I was I'm not watching that. The madness. I'm not watching
Shit,
that, man. To
my
my
fucking
super
hernia
pussy,
starting to hurt.
super pussy or something like that. I said, what the fuck, dude, man? And these motherfuckers pushing this on our kids, man.
Right.
I never paid attention to this.
And you telling me a
until I
3
started listening. No, I never. I never. Look at. I never. It's not on my
I'ma
radar.
tell
I
you
just don't
something.
care.
He didn't. When I kept, we was talking about the interracial dating videos.
Did you? I just sent you another one. Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
So I mean,
What's wrong with
Well,
interracial dating?
Well,
I taped them for a whole year. The first year we did the show, I taped about 30 of them. So out of all of them,
Watch this.
there were only 3 that had a black man and a
white woman.
black man and a black woman. No, but there's only really one with a black man and a white woman.
That's Cheerios.
That's the Cheerios, and it went fucking viral. People got pissed. But everything else. So I sent you the one, the Intrezi, Intrezi for the skin.
Right.
That's the white guy posing as the caring black father of the black woman. And that commercial is a minute and sometimes a minute and a half long. They have 2 different versions of it. But if I'm a black man, I'm pissed at that because I watch all those commercials. And they do not show commercials
Mainstream
showing the black man.
No, they're not going to do that.
Look at they made this big
time.
deal of Kobe and all this shit, but and that's real life. But none of these commercials have it. That Intrezi commercial show. That's a lot of money they spend on that commercial.
Right.
So that white guy taking his black daughter to the thing. They show the black wife, but he's got his skin medicine or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
So now he can be out in public with his black daughter, which they show him hugging and kissing.
What
and
about
in
when
the car.
you showed me about the AIDS, the HIV medicine, and you got a white guy and a black guy, and the black guy's the one that seems to be the effeminate one in the group.
The black guy's the one kissing the other black guy. That's the one. I showed you that one, right?
Yeah.
No. So the white guy's by himself.
Mm-hmm.
The
Right.
white guy's by himself, but the 2 black guys
Right.
kiss each other on the ad. Now that's pretty fucking progressive for any ad on the planet. But why'd you have to pick 2 black men out of everybody? The majority of gay men in this country are white. That's just because the way the population goes.
But they had.
But your example is 2 black men. I'd be pissed if I was a black guy because that's the example you pissed. And that, look at these are advertising executives that pick this shit up. So it is whatever it is for them. That's what they think should be seen.
Well, Tariq Nasheed is coming out with a movie about documentary about buck breaking.
Oh yeah.
And that there used to be a lot of gay white slave masters.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, Adrian Patrick did a great post on that. Look at. Let me tell you something. I grew up in white America. We knew there was slavery and there was that. We didn't have an inkling about all this shit that went on. When Adrian Patrick posted that post, I'm going to bring it up, man.
But
I was fucking shocked, man. I read all his posts because he's really good. You know Adrian?
No, I don't know.
Adrian's my boy.
Adrian's an attorney. Adrian Patrick's an attorney. I met him because I streamed a couple of fights from him. He's a criminal defense attorney.
6'6", tall brother, big, smart man.
But righteous dude, man. And he writes the most brilliant. You subscribe to him on Facebook and read his posts. They're all factually based, and they're shocking.
Just my 2 cents is what he said.
Yeah, but shocking. Like he's got some conspiracy going on and thing, but he bases it basically in facts. When I saw that shit about, I never even knew that. At 50-something, I never heard about that.
But I've been telling you about it.
He described it, and I was like, I know, but he had the graphic picture of it.
He broke it down.
Dude,
we got a movie coming out. But we should have compassion for some of our black gay brothers because we are a recreation of our ancestors. And some of our black brothers, their ancestors was gay. So their spirit is gay now because they are the new version of their ancestors.
Well, the shit that happened to them in slavery, it wasn't just like people were in chains and made to work and shit. These fucking guys are, white guys are bad motherfuckers.
And then I heard they used to auction, like, after they hung the black men, that the guys would pay money. No, they paid money to get the dick, to get the black phallus. So there were even white slave masters sucking on black dicks.
Oh,
everybody likes black dicks, apparently.
Hey, we did a show on porno. Remember the show we did on porno? Wait a second. Do you know? Okay, so do you know what the number one search? So YouPorn and Pornhub now do statistics. Like they're following people. Don't kid yourself. They know your IP address. Do you know what the number one search term by a female when they know it's a female logged in? Do you know what the number one search term by a female is for porn? You know what it is?
I'm against black cock.
Big black cock.
Big black cock. Big black cock. And what's the search for men? The least searched is black women.
Right.
The most searched is big white titties.
Big white tits.
Big white tits.
Big white tits.
Ain't that a fucking bitch?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the craziest shit, man. Yeah. How much does that tell you about America?
Yeah. and I keep having it. And my issue is that a lot of us don't get the. I had a debate the other day with the young lady, and I'm gonna bring it up today in this. And I was debating with her about, black men don't like black women. I said, no, black men love black women. We just sick of y'all thinking that we're the issue all the time in every situation. Y'all go out and get white women. I said, a lot of y'all ain't checking for us till we get one. A lot of black women ain't checking for black men till they get a white woman. Then they get a white woman that's beneath your standards, but that white woman treat them like something.
Right.
I said, but if a black woman get a white man, nobody says nothing, because ain't nobody says shit about Serena.
Not a damn thing.
Nothing about Eve. Oh, those are billionaires. Okay, what about Serena? She got way more money.
Oh yeah, yeah. We done lost.
I said we ain't said nothing. Ain't nobody never brought up the fact that Maya Angelou had a white husband.
I didn't even know that.
Oh, ain't nobody brought it up.
Shit.
You pull up for yourself.
Still I rise.
Still I rise. You ain't never had, and you ain't never said nothing about that. But every black man with a white woman, y'all got something to say about this brother.
Right. Well, I think the thing is, Nate, is what the black women don't understand is we don't like to fight that damn much. You know.
I mean, here's the problem. I'm so sick of a lot of our sisters talking about, I don't want no weak man. But when you get a strong man, then you run him off because now you call the police. You playing the police game.
Hey, that was a great video you posted, by the way, from that girl, the one this morning on YouTube. The girl that was talking about black women, running off
black
men, and keeping them from their kids and shit, which is, man, that's fucked up.
I got a partner. I'm gonna call his name Kenny Ellis Jr. Kenny, my brother. Kenny got a son that he ain't seen since that kid was not much older than. Put it this way, that kid is a teenager, adolescent, and a teenager. He ain't seen that kid since, but he still got to pay child support for that child, and he can't see the child, and they can't. The woman took the child and moved the child to Oklahoma or something, and they won't even make her let him see his son, but he got to pay child support for that boy. He can't even get no and he was paying her money, and she went down behind his back, went and put him on child support. And got him in the rears, he couldn't even get a passport. This is the thing that a lot of brothers are angry about. And you got these sisters talking, well, ain't that's few and far between. That's a damn lie.
Look, listen to this, man. My buddy up in Syracuse, Wiley, he's had a bunch of kids. Like, he's not afraid for me to say. I don't know how many kids he's had, but that dude's the hardest working dude. Paid child support on all of them. One of the I think it was his wife or girlfriend or something. Moved to California with the oldest daughter and got child support. Do you know that Watley paid child support 3 extra years? The law said he had to pay to 18, and he paid till it was like 21, 22, something like that. Oh, like he paid like $27,000 too much.
And they won't make her give it back.
They didn't make her give it back. And they said you can't even sue her for it. It's our mistake, and they wouldn't give him the money back. Imagine that shit.
Wow.
And if he didn't pay
bring
that,
You can't bring what up?
the feed.
You can't bring the feed up?
Mm-mm.
Won't you tag David in the feed? But I tell guys on a regular basis, man, I see a lot of guys that angry and they're upset and they're mad. And I do my best to tag me too, John. And I keep seeing these guys.
I can't share from mine. You got to share from yours, Nate. It's
I'm
on your
sharing it
page.
right now. I'm going to share it right now. I keep seeing
it's on LDL TV and
right. You own
Experience the Galaxy page.
So if you guys can't find it, it's on LDL TV, Experience the Galaxy. You know, so I tell guys that we got to come out of this here. We got to come out of this thing where we can't call our sisters. That's nothing. You can't call a sister out without her telling you about all the stuff that. Right now we talking about you. Mm-hmm. We ain't talking about me right now. You know what I'm saying? What about you? Okay. When I got tired of that. And I told guys, I said a lot of guys I keep talking to are sick and tired of that. I tell you what you doing wrong right now, but you telling me about what some other. I'm talking about you right now. Mm. And a lot of guys are angry with that. I mean, we gotta be real with each other. If we gonna stay separate like that, if we gonna stay separate like that, there's no win for us.
Right.
If we gonna allow Oprah and Gail to do what they doing,
and
y'all don't come to our aid, you gotta remember, when somebody come at you, and we don't say nothing, don't holler about you ain't being protected. Because there are a lot of women saying that we ain't protecting them. Mm-hmm. Who's protecting us? Yeah. I'm just asking for a friend.
Well, a lot of these women, you know, they need to protect themselves. Because I think even in Africa, they show women warriors that had to protect. And you got to help us. Because, shit, we don't know. We got so much against us, man. We need help, you know? And then a lot of women run out there blindly, like you try to get them to train, but they won't. Because just in case you ain't there, you want to make sure they can protect themselves. We was given free self-defense class for women and children when all this stuff was going with the nabbing the women and the children, and nobody would show up. And I asked my teacher, I'm like, why is nobody showing up? He said, because it hasn't happened to them or a family member that they know. And I'm like, you can't wait until it happens to you. You need to be prepared before. Yeah. You know?
I made my mind up, bro. And I pissed a lot of people off. I said, I'm protecting me and mine. Mm-hmm. If your name ain't Campbell, I ain't put my life on. I think you saw me put. I'm not putting my life on the line for that. Mm-hmm. You not finna, dude. Let me tell you something. I done fought all over the world. I done kicked ass all over the world. I ain't finna come back here and kiss none. I ain't finna come in here and beg you to love me and respect me and treat me fair and treat me right. I'm not finna beg you to do that. Mm. I'm not gonna beg you to do that. You ain't. Don't worry about it. I'm good. And I was in Vegas, man. I saw so many interracial marriages. I mean, it was so much.
Right.
And I'm like, damn. And it's a lot of black women with white men, a lot of black men, white women. Mm-hmm. And when my boy said, "What did you notice?" I said, he said, "What did you notice?" He said, those black women treat those guys so much different than she would treat a black guy.
Right.
I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Shh, be quiet and watch." And we was at the movies.
Right.
And hi, honey, I'm all nice. And I'm like, He said, that's the kind of treatment they get. And I'm like, I'm addressed it on my show.
Right. Because you've been with different women from different countries and stuff. I know I've been with Japanese women.
But I want a black woman.
Yeah.
I want a black woman, but I'm be honest with you. I told somebody, I said, dude, ain't no black woman. A lot of black women talk that trash, but you ain't checking for these boys until they get with somebody else. Then you got something to say. Right. Most of these black men that marry white women, none of these sisters checking for them until they got a white woman. Then, rah. I made a statement about Kobe Bryant. I said this and I'll say it again. I know black women that do all this talking about Kobe Bryant dying and leaving $680 million or something to that girl Vanessa. I said, most of y'all would have left that man for a nim in his pocket. Ain't no be in hell. When we in hell, you finna hear all the sordid details of him sticking his peck in that girl, and you stay with him.
Right.
Wasn't no way that was gonna happen. That wasn't gonna happen. You were gonna get your cut, tear up that family. He was gonna make his money, and come up, and you were gonna have nothing but bad stuff to say about him around his kids. A lot of people, a lot of women would have done that.
Now, do other women of other races, do they tend to be more freakier than black women? Or have you seen a balance of it?
No, I can't say that. I mean, I can't say it. It's more. I mean, I think if a woman into you, she gonna do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If she into you. I mean, I just think that if a woman's into you, she gonna do whatever. You know, I don't believe that a black woman is any less or any more. I think that if she's into you, she's down for whatever. I just believe that. That's what I believe. I mean, but at the end of the day, we got to be real with this damn thing, man. There's a great divide between us, man, and it's communication and respect.
Right.
And a lot of us don't want to be honest with each other about that.
But has the system had any play to the division? Because
come on, man.
We know that a lot of our sisters are educated. You know, they have their degrees. They're able to go to school and all that. And a lot of us brothers, we don't have our degrees and whatnot. But some people and some sisters, they'll even tell you that most black men are intimidated by them. Most sisters that I know that have degrees and careers, they tell me.
I had a woman say that make that statement. Ain't nobody intimidated by you. We want you to know how to shut the hell up sometime.
That's it. Because I want a woman making more than me. If I'm going to go down on a woman, I want her making more than me. It feels better when I'm licking her. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with that at all. I want you to have a doctor's degree because I couldn't even see doctors growing up. And now you tell me I get to fuck a doctor? That's winning. That's God smiling on me. You feel me? I don't see how a man would let that intimidate. In fact, these are the type of women I'm seeking out. I don't want nobody I got to struggle with. I want to go on vacation and not have to be in debt and pay it off. Let her pay for it. Right. I let her be the boss. When a woman want to be independent and boss and I got all the money, I roll with that shit and put my money in investments. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Yeah, but you know, like I said, a lot of guys, here's the thing. And I say this. I made my mind up. I have come to the realization I might end up by myself. I might end up alone by myself. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying if you speak the words.
I say I might. I say I might. Ain't no existence. Nigga, this is the truth. Because I ain't finna put up no.
They say y'all die early if you don't have a woman.
Yeah, we know the niggas live longer with no woman. You motherfuckers who like you gonna die at least 7-8 years before I do.
No, I'm healthier than the motherfucker.
That's exactly why you gonna die.
And I don't give a shit about what the woman say or nothing. I don't listen to nothing.
You doing all that talking, motherfucker. The average man die to get away from one of them motherfuckers.
No, you got to know how to control them.
Right, how you gonna control? We just having this discussion. You can't control them.
Yeah, you can.
I know how to do this here. I'm gonna tell you what I do know how to do.
What?
I know how to take my black ass over there in my own corner. I got a 60-inch TV, new 6-inch TV. Sony. Oh, actually old TV. And I can do this. I can do this shit right here.
Yeah. And you know, I think you get the luxury. See, when you get the luxury of not having to see them sit on the toilet and shit.
Yeah.
Because they will shit and smell up the bathroom. And
you hear me, baby?
Yeah, look you. No, they call you in there and ask you a question. So you can smell they shit. Yeah. Look you right in your eyes with them big puppy dog eyes.
Hey, ain't nothing like having a conversation with somebody like this.
They make sure you smell that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You need people to see this. Ain't nothing like having this.
And then,
camera on me.
And then
ain't nothing like trying to have a conversation with somebody like this.
I think they're trying to create an environment where you don't want to fuck them as much. Because they'll stand right there and put their panel liner in with you right there and squat down and put that fucking panel liner right there. And you have to see this shit. You know what I'm saying? And my only thing is that's paying the dues. They make you pay the dues when they get that damn comfortable with you. You see what I'm saying? If they not living with you, they not going to do that shit. You ain't going to see none of this
I live in a world right now, and my world is called Nate's world. I ain't got to fight with
Galaxxy.
I'm experiencing the Galaxxy every day of my life.
You experiencing the Galaxy.
And I ain't got to argue with one of you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I told my brother Mike got a great saying. My brother Mike said, "Man, I wish I would fight with you, motherfucker. I jack my dick on $100 bill, wipe it off, and fold it and put it in my pocket."
Yeah. See, I ain't jacking my dick because
My brother, hey, he said I will rape myself in a heartbeat.
spiritually.
God damn, bro. He said I knock myself off once, twice a day, and I ain't fighting with everybody. He said I got a cousin said something one day, had to be the funniest shit I ever heard in my life. He said, "Nigga, I jacked my dick so good the other day, I made myself holler. I had to look around the room, make sure wasn't nobody else in there."
Well,
I said, "God damn."
Well, see, we started to talk about semen retention before the last show ended, and I told you I did 118 days of semen retention, and I had to have my spiritual growth. And personally, I feel like I shouldn't be beaten off. That's what a woman is for. Mm-hmm. I didn't start beating off till late because I didn't know nothing about no masturbation. I was like 18. And
damn, you missed out on the best shit.
Yo,
I'm gonna tell you something. You behind the curve. I'm gonna tell you something. I done ran the hot water out of the house many a day in the shower.
Well, see, I was with females early on because it was something you had to do.
Yeah, but they got to do with it.
Our uncles made sure you was with a female.
Nigga, that sounds good, but listen what I'm telling you. If you ain't got into yourself properly.
Right. Listen, I didn't learn until I was 18, and the way I learned, it was a chick I was dating 10 years older than me, and she was on her period. But she wanted to take care of me and make sure I was taken care of. And right before I went in the Marines, she had beat me off, and the shit felt so good. When I got into the Marines, I'm like, what the fuck am I going to the club trying to get a woman for when I can beat off? And the guys came there like, you want to go to the club? I'm like, no.
That girl ain't jacking off. She put some ketchup on his sauce.
No, bro.
She put some ketchup on his hot dog.
When I learned this shit, man, and I got addicted to it. You know what I'm saying? And she told me, be careful because you'll go blind if you keep doing this shit. So I was afraid of it. And then after my 118 days and I had a spiritual revelation, I'm like, my ancestors can see me.
Fuck them. What they got it. First of all, let me tell you about the ancestors. They better mind their motherfucking business.
Listen.
They come into my house anytime you allowed to run up on a dick in my hand. I'm telling you.
You don't give a damn. You don't give a damn, huh? I didn't want to shoot off in one of my ancestors' eyes.
They better close them. They better close. My daddy would tell you quick, mind your business. My dad would tell you quick, mind your business, boy.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. Oh, man, I ain't got time for all that, man. I'm right. I had a girl, one time I had a chick tell some other chick to my, he was just so aggressive. I thought he was going to try to take it. She said, shit, take you home and go home and knock it. Man, please. Look, I wouldn't wear them Kleenex out. I will think I want when I will. Come on, let's get this thing working. I ain't got time for all that. Be arguing with you. I am all about self love, bitch. I love me some me. And I ain't finna be around here begging one of you motherfuckers, fighting one of you motherfuckers. That's why you can't get none. I get something every day if I want to.
Right.
I bet.
But I mean, back then you had 3-4 women, back in the day.
But listen to me. Let me tell you something. I got 2 or 3 right now. I got two of them right now. They love me to death. They can't keep their hands off me.
That's why I believe polygamy is coming to my house pretty soon. I'm working on it.
You gonna keep right on around your wife gonna murder you and that motherfucker. You hear me? Hey, I can see right now. I can see right now doing a memorial at Teapot. Man, David was a good dude, man. She didn't have to do him like that, man. She could have dig up and put it in his mouth. That was not worth.
Well, I'm saying she's being conditioned because there's all this stuff on TV now, and she sits and watch all that stuff. So they condition her for this shit. You know what I mean? That's like I walk in the house and I see 2 men kissing on TV, and I'm like, why you playing this shit in my house? Turn this shit off. But women don't have a problem with this shit, man, and that's what really drives a man. It's like, why you don't get this shit? Like that energy, you bringing it in here. This shit is not acceptable.
First of all, you ain't bringing it in my house, no how. I'm gonna tell you why. I got the remote control. I keep told you. Did I tell you that? I got a 65-inch. I can't wait to put it on my wall. I can't wait to put it on my wall. I'm telling you right now. I'm thinking about. I can't wait to put my new TV up and lay in my bed and just touch. I don't even want to watch it. I just want to do this here. I don't want to turn the channel. Boy, look here. It's a beautiful thing. I don't want nothing out of life but a big TV and to be left the fuck alone.
Well, you own the Galaxy. I don't own the Galaxy. And we both bring money in the house.
I ain't finna argue with
and I love her money. I invest her money.
Man, let me tell you something. I would rather My mom. I told my mama when she died. My mama said, "You need another. You're a good husband. You need a wife. You." I said, "Mama, I done gave twice. She said, "You married the wrong bitches." I never forget my mama saying that. She said, "You just keep picking the wrong bitches." She said, "Tell you what, this next time you gonna pick the right bitch. I'm telling you." Cause she gonna be biting that. My mama broke that thing down. The whole time she was breaking it down, I was thinking to myself, Mama must be getting high again.
Well, what was the main trait that you liked in women?
Man, I like the woman that look. I am disorganized like a mama. I like a woman to come in and put stuff in order. I don't mind taking out trash. I'm just disorganized, man. I've never been. Even when I was in training camp, I had somebody come in and do the stuff I need to do. I don't do that well. I never have. And I pay them bills. I'm gonna make sure them bills get straight. I'm gonna make sure you got what you need. I'm gonna do that. But over these last 4 or 5 years being all by myself in my own place, I'm learning what my weaknesses is and what my strengths are. And for me, I've learned that about me. So I love a woman that is neat, clean. I cook. I get in there and blow it up. I cook. I can sew. I can do anything that I can do all that. You tell me you want something like, I would say I want some nice pillowcases made. I'll go in there and stitch them jokers by hand for you. I can do all that. But at the end of the day, I just know that as a man, I need a woman that kind of, I need a woman like my mother to put it all together for me. Because a man can buy a house, but a woman will make a home. I understand that.
That's right.
I totally understand that. But in this day and age, for me, what I'm seeing out here ain't homemakers. These are home breakers. And I'm okay with being by myself because my home is made. I'm cool.
Right.
I'm cool where I am.
Well, I see a lot of nice women that are single, man, and you never know them until you get with them. They probably hell to be with. But I see some beautiful, intelligent women that are single. As a matter of fact, we're having a dating thing at T-Posh on the 6th. Now, the damn girl that asked me to DJ the shit, I really don't want to be around them single women like that, but my DJ is going to be out of town, so I got to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, guys, the phone lines are open, 904-328-7272. If you just called in, sorry, I had Skype down, so call back if you want to talk, 904-328-7272.
We had an 815 number call in.
Yeah.
And we had a 954 number call in.
904, Fat Papa.
Fat Papa.
Fat Papa, baby. Yeah, but my thing is, and you know what the cool thing about it is? What I told somebody was, I said, bro, I told this woman, I said, my sister, y'all got to listen to what I'm going to tell y'all. What y'all do not want is for black men to start saying the same thing y'all say. What do you mean? I said, when black men say, I don't need no woman, we in trouble.
Well, you know they got MGTOW, men going their own way. The semen retention community is...
Hello, who goes there?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Who goes there?
This is Joseph. I'm calling from Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm trying to ask some questions.
Go ahead.
I want to ask Nate something. When you are fighting, I've been listening. I listen to you anytime you're talking. I listen to you and take the good advice from inside. When you are fighting, why you didn't start talking that way? Why, when you quit fighting, now you are trying to educate people? Why?
I was always trying to educate people. I've always been this way. I
can hear you.
I've always been this way. This is no different.
No, you didn't. No.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
He just didn't have the internet and a show in a studio.
I didn't have an internet and studio. But if you sat and talked to me.
And we didn't have social media
right, you didn't have social
media
like then either. But if you sat and spoke with me, Joseph, this was always me, man. I was always talking. As a matter of fact, I was a minister. So I was always doing this. I just wasn't doing it.
But check out the press conferences. They're not all up there.
Because maybe that time you're fighting, you don't want your voice to come out because you are scared.
No.
No. That man grew up in the street.
Yeah,
homeless sometimes.
Hey, this guy sitting to my right will tell you the one thing I always have been was vocal.
Yeah.
I was always vocal.
Good press conference. Trust me.
I was always vocal.
No lack of words.
But you know what? But here's what you got to remember, Joseph. I wasn't the guy that they favored. They disliked me.
Right.
They disliked me so much they didn't post a lot of my stuff.
Yeah, they're not gonna show him if he's speaking a message to the people. you're gonna be muted.
Yeah.
You're not gonna. They're not gonna put you on mainstream media. They're gonna try to keep you.
Well, Don let you talk.
Yeah, Don
but
let
the
me
other
talk.
guys.
Yeah, nobody else let me talk. Don King let me speak.
Golden Boy didn't.
Golden Boy didn't. None of the other people let me speak. As a matter of fact, I was advised not to be so radical.
If you want to make money,
Yeah, better. How can we change stuff now? Because you guys all don't. You don't fight no more. How can we change? How can we educate the kids that who are growing? How can we do that?
I do it every day. I can't do it. Listen to me. You can't expect me to save everybody. I can only save who I can save. Now, you gotta be the voice box for where you are
in your neighborhood.
We gotta start to take back our places as men in our community.
Right.
We gotta
because
push.
the black. No. Because the black, they don't want to take chance. Most of the blacks, they don't want to take chance. All of them are scared because of guess what? They have too much. If somebody go there, there's nobody gonna come and help them out.
Yeah. So
you can talk, you can say anything, but nobody gonna stand there to say, "Well, let me help this guy," or even if he go down, let me help him out.
Well, but you know what? That's
a mistake that we are doing.
Right, but that is a problem that has to be understood here. That is a lot of the people that you're talking about have been conditioned to think that way.
You're only seeing mainstream media. If you go into the neighborhoods like where I am, people like me that graduated with a 1.8 GPA, I just did a show this morning for victims killed by gun violence. And I did comedy, and I talked about the things that they didn't have in school, like numerology, metaphysics, alchemy, teaching your children stuff like this, what the pineal gland is, what your melanin does connected to the universe, what your hair does as an antenna. There's people like me that are in the street sharing this information, but you're not going to see it on mainstream media. You're looking on mainstream media. You go to Facebook and you look for the groups of the information and the stuff that you're looking for. I bet you find them on Facebook in the small groups. So, but what you can do is go to your schools and try to get them to get this stuff on their curriculum. If they don't teach it in the public school, then on the weekend, you create something where the parents can bring their children and get this education on the weekend. Plus, YouTube is there. Everybody can research and program their own mind. See, once you understand that you program your own mind, you got to recondition everything you've been taught. You know what I mean? So, but these blacks ain't scared. Most blacks ain't scared. But the ones in mainstream media, yeah, they don't want to change up how they're getting their money, and I can't blame them.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, Joseph. Here's something you got to remember. You watch my fights. How many times?
I just don't have. You guys, what you guys are doing is good, man. Keep on educating most of the black people who we don't have a chance to say things, and if we can hear you guys' voice, that's enough for us, okay?
Thank you so much.
Studio's up and running. Episode 2, we got 52 more to go before the end of the year.
Yeah, we're going to do it all.
Yeah, thank you for calling in, man, because you letting us know the pulse of the street. So
thank you so much. Thank you, Joseph. Yeah, man, and I like it. You know, I had a guy I was training. He told me, I didn't stand for nothing. And I said, you need to get somebody to train you. Because you said, I don't stand for nothing.
Damn.
Say, who have you helped? And I'm thinking, I said, nigga, you sleeping on my couch.
Right.
You ain't paying me no rent. You eat when I eat. You my community.
Yeah.
And the problem is so many of us don't get the portion that I can't save every single person. Right now.
Without losing yourself.
Without losing myself.
And you got to know, Nate, you don't even know yourself. Because one time I was dropping off my Sequoia SUV to my son at DA. And I said, I'm going to walk and catch the bus and spend time with myself. You drove by in your PT Cruiser and saw me. And you thought I was broke and needed a ride. And I tried to explain to you.
Was it me?
Yeah, you picked me up and took me home.
PT Cruiser. Man.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
It was a Mini Cooper. Was it a Mini Cooper?
Mini Cooper, I'm sorry. But I tried to explain to you that I was just having a day out. I'm all right. You said, no, man. I know what it's like. Well, get in, man. I'm going to take you home. And you didn't have to do that.
But here's the thing about it. I wasn't finna let you, even if you was having a great day, that was the place we needed to be. I just feel like whatever was going through, I'm taking you home.
Right, but here's the thing. Everybody cannot see every aspect of your life.
They can't.
So you can't live your life trying to impress everybody. I had a talk with this guy that's a producer. He got music out. He make beats. He play instruments. And he told me, he said, man, I'm making this music, man, but they don't want me to be great. My people don't want me to be great. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Damn, Neil.
If I had half the skills you got, what the fuck you care about what these people think about you? It makes no fucking sense. We're so busy trying to get the love of others, we forget to get the love of ourselves, man.
I just said
and
that.
I'm fucking sick of that shit.
Wait a minute. Didn't I just tell you I love me some me?
Man, you have to.
I love me some me.
You have to.
I love me some me, and I tell look, I want y'all to understand this, people. If anybody who listens to me right now under the sound of my voice, I'm gonna take all the jokes out of this. I'm gonna make this real for you. At the end of the day, I don't care who don't love you. If you don't love you, you unloved.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Let me tell you something. I love me. I love me some me. My mama used to say that. My mama said, "Fuck y'all, I love me some me."
Mm-hmm.
My mama said that every day. My mama said, "I don't know about you, but I love me some me." And I said, I guess you really, I don't. She said, "I don't care who don't love me. I love me some me." And the issue with that is this here. Because we don't love ourselves like that, we don't love each other.
Right.
We can't love each other.
Right.
I love me. Let me explain something to you. Me and David speak most times of the week, every day in the morning. He get up, call me. I be up or getting up. We talk on the phone. We basically, he tell me all the things he got planned, and I get to trying to find a way to help him get them off.
Right.
Get them going.
Well, see, here's the problem, Nate. When you say I'm your mentor, that's a big responsibility, because you can tell a tree by the fruit it bears.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All that scripture means something. You just got to know how to decode it.
Right.
It's not the way they was taught to you to suppress you. It's there to empower you. That's why they had to get rid of Nat Turner ass. When Nat Turner started reading that shit and started killing motherfuckers.
That's a wait a minute, Lord Jesus. This ain't right here.
But in the Marines, me and my guy that was in communication school, that's how we used to help each other pass tests. This motherfucker, he'll be up under my rack fucking 3, 4 in the morning asking me questions, waking me up out my motherfucking sleep. You know what I mean? So I train with that type of vigor.
Right.
I wish I would have been younger and got introduced to boxing, because y'all people don't understand. I'm just doing this training shit for exercise, not serious shit. Y'all take this shit serious like they gonna mail me a check in the mail. You know what I'm saying?
They don't mail no check.
It's like, I'm not willing to get my fucking liver busted and my spleen and all this shit to prove.
You know what John's job was?
What was it?
Asking.
What's your job? What's your job, John?
It used to be. I paid the fighters.
He paid the fighters. He never paid me.
Mm.
He's never paid me once.
There's 3 guys I never paid.
Why you never paid you?
Because I came to the office to get my money.
Well, he was one. There's 3 guys that I never paid. Never handed him a check. Nate Campbell. I guess the other 2. I told you well, I didn't start going to fights till after Tyson was done fighting with us. There's 3 guys. Mm-hmm. Nate Campbell. Zab Judah.
Zab Judah's bad, motherfucker.
And Ricardo Mayorga.
Well, Mayorga spent all his.
Fucking went to. I was at his fight to pay him on every single Don King fight, and I never handed him a check. And Don say, "Yeah, man, just go over there, hand him this piece of paper that says he owes me $14,000. Like he owed us money." And I'd go, "Are you shitting me, man? This crazy Nicaraguan, I'm not handing him shit, man. I'll just sign it myself. He ain't getting nothing. Every one of his paychecks was a minus."
Because he had done
spent the money before. He was Nate didn't spend his money. Nate just wanted to go and renegotiate. And the same thing with Zab Judah. Zab just wanted to renegotiate. Zab would look at the check and go, "Fuck it, John." He did it when he lost to Baldemir. He did it in the. I can name 10 times I went in with Zab.
My thing was I wouldn't
renegotiate. When he lost to Corey.
I never renegotiated. I just wanted to make sure that you're going to show me on this book with every dime with everybody. You know what? A lot of people talk shit about me, but I never, ever took a check if that check didn't have my guy's money cut out of it already. There was never a time that I took the whole check and looked at it and said, "Okay, I'll pay the guys." No, you cut them their own check. I always did that. Because I wanted my guys. I want to make sure. As a matter of fact, I told JD, I said, JD, you got paid? He said, I got my money. I said, Jimmy got his money. I got my money, baby. Old big Jim got it. They didn't cut that. Hey, tell him how Jim talk.
Well, I paid those guys.
Yeah. Big Jim said, oh, yeah, baby. They cut. Yeah. I thought you going to give me another point or two.
Who was your cut man in Cancun?
Jimmy Waldrop.
So I must have paid him.
Jimmy Waldrop.
Because I was up in the up corner with Bobby Goodman.
Jimmy Waldrop.
You didn't? I didn't pay you on that fight? No. In Cancun?
Sure? I went to the office and got my check. You paid them. You paid them. I flew in. It's a
good thing because I had bullshit all over my shoes.
Why is that, Nate? Why?
I just always wanted to make sure I knew what numbers. I know what went well, but I wanted to make sure that if I went in that office, I wanted to make sure he knew what numbers went well. I want to know where everything went.
Well, but that's what I used to. There's a Muhammad Ali Act, and there's a 13 A, B, and C part, and the C part was the one I took, which you have to disclose. You have to disclose on a sheet what. Don King Productions is the only company that does it. Golden Boy, none of them did it. That law was drafted in 2001 and passed. It was called the Ali Act, and all you do is replace promoter and manager with Don King and Carl King because they wrote it to try to put them basically out of business. Right. But Don said, "Fuck it, I'll follow the law. I'll disclose." Let me tell you something. What this law did. This is the only major sport out there in the planet that makes the promoter disclose all of his revenue to the players. Can you imagine if the NFL had to disclose their revenues to the fucking players?
Yeah.
The Players Association would stop play the next day and go, you guys. But boxing, the promoter had to, and Don was the only one who did it. We had to write up the whole list of everything, all of our revenues. I did the foreign sales.
And I wanted to look him in the face and say, I think that what you gave me was bullshit. I wanted to do that. And Don, one thing I realized was, after the first time I fought for Don, I realized he was going to give me what he said he was. I wasn't going to have to debate with him about that. He was going to give me what he said he was going to give me. If I negotiated for that money, that's what I was getting. Not a penny less. Not a penny more.
Yeah, but you didn't really take loans, did you?
No.
See, these guys take loans, and this is where
I got a training camp expense. And that's what I got.
But these guys that got in trouble with Don, look, this is all of them. And don't kid yourself about Mike Tyson. I fucking read that agreement. I notarized one part of that fucking 50-page agreement with Mike Tyson. That fucker signed it and knew exactly what he was doing. Look, at Don, it's complicated, but Don did exactly what was in the contract. And Mike sued him, and he wanted to get in front of a jury that'll just say, well, Don King rips everybody. Let me tell you something. The guy wrote great contracts,
right?
And he followed the fucking things, okay? He followed them. I'm telling you firsthand because I was knee-deep in accounts receivable and payable there for 20 years. Dude, did he collect his money off guys when they borrowed it? Shit, yeah. That's what a good businessman does.
Did anybody do a movie about this? Because that's
fuck yeah. They did. The HBO. Look at Jack Newfield wrote a book that was factual on what Don. Listen, he killed a guy in 1958 and he killed a guy in 1967. That shit's factual.
And Don, documentary because we don't hear this side of the story.
Oh yeah, I have. I know it.
He never did it, but HBO did it based off the book, and it gets twisted because it's just Don King ripped off these boxers, dude. I don't even care. Witherspoon was the one who's the most famous, but dude, it was the same shit. These guys borrowed money. I saw them every fucking day. They were downstairs. They call it the chair of shame. Fucker sitting downstairs, borrowing money. Mayorga,
just like the
top
reckonings.
dog, man, borrowing money.
I ain't never called Don King.
Do you know how much Mike Tyson owed Don before he got up when he walked out of prison in what was it? March of 1995. I almost know the exact number. It's $31,995,600 something.
Dang.
That's the fucking number. The green bar paper was this thick. It was that thick. Green bar. Remember the big green bar paper they printed out on the computers on the line? We had an IBM line printer that printed off our AS400. And we printed that shit several times. That was all the shit. Don paid for everything. His fucking dog grooming was $5,000 a week. Or not the dog grooming. The tiger in Southington, Ohio, in that house. They just sold it to a church, by the way, that house. The dog grooming was $1,000 a week to wash his dogs and shit. Don paid for all that. FedEx, everything, paid for all the attorneys, every fucking thing. And Mike paid him back. And then they did this pretty complicated agreement. And Mike was fucked up on coke, out of his mind. You know, it's easy to blame Don because he's the guy and he rips everybody up. But, dude, Don followed that contract. That contract was 40, 50, 60 pages. It was a huge, thick contract that had all this complicated shit called Team Tyson. Mike never looked at his two guys that were getting 30%, John and Rory. They looked at Don. John and Rory didn't do shit for that money. Don did. He promoted that motherfucker, supported him while he was in jail, paid for his attorneys, put those paychecks in his pocket the next day after by wire transfer. No questions asked. He paid the fucking
I know they
dude.
said when he came home, Don gave him $20 million, $30 million, something like that. He had broken a deal already. Had already broken a deal.
No, I remember sitting in the conference room.
But
when he did
I don't know. I don't know. I can't speak for that.
I can tell you,
I
man.
can't speak for that,
Listen, I'll defend Don all day long.
What I can speak for is of all the promoters I had, there was one guy that I knew I could take it to the bank if he told me. Don King. If Don King told me something, I could take it to the bank. Now, ethically, should he have done something when that boy walked when Guzman walked down the ring? Ethically, he should have. Ethically, but ethics ain't law.
He should have done something like what?
He should have paid me at least half my money.
Okay.
Well, yeah, the guy backed out of the fight.
Right.
I remember I was sitting in the conference room with you when you were talking with him. It was like $200,000 or something. Nate missed out on a paycheck, and I thought for sure he was going to give you money, but that dude's got so much shit in his head. You don't know what he's thinking. Because man, he is a smart dude, man. That guy is thinking 5 times ahead of everybody. I've seen him in conference rooms, and he's focused on everybody. Like one time I was sitting there like half asleep, and he said, "Yeah, most of you units said some shit, man." And there was like 12 people in the conference room. I was like falling asleep. He saw me falling asleep. He yelled some shit. And most of you units fucking did something. I don't know what he said. Scared the shit out of me. I was like, "Fuck, man!" All these executives were in there. And shit.
Somebody said Don K paid a tax attorney to defend, and he did. He had a wrong defense. And I'm gonna tell you something. Don thought that for some reason that any lawyer could have got Mike out of that case, but they wanted Mike's ass.
On the
rape case.
Oh, on the rape case. Well, so the rape case, they ended up. So I saw the actual payout on that was a $1.5 million. On
she got the 1.5.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw the money order. It was a cashier's check for it. But that's what that was all about, man.
She wanted the
Talk
money.
to the other guys. Talk to Isidore and the guys that were there.
Izzy said, "I tell you." Izzy will let you know. I tell you, he no rape the bitch. He no rape the bitch. Izzy don't give a fuck. He just tell you what he felt.
Look at Izzy. Izzy took a punch from Mike in the face 10 years later, man. On I-95, man. He punched Don in the face. That's all public knowledge. He punched Don in the face in his rolls. He reached around, fucking bam, hit Don in the face. Don fucking pulled over, fucked up. Mike got out of the car, fucking ripped his fucking shirt off. He was coked up, fucked up. He went across 95 right at 595 in okay? And he was on the 595 side. Don calls up Izzy, says, "Izzy, go get him." And Isidore, big, he used to drive for Mike. He pulls around. He comes off the exit, comes back, and Mike's fucking stomping around in the median. Shitload of traffic, busy. And he opens the door. Mike comes up. Motherfucker, bam! Hit fucking Izzy right over the eye. The next Monday, Isidore came in. I go, Izzy. And Izzy was just a relaxed dude, man. He's a big, down home. He had this cut. I said, what the fuck? And he sits and tells me. He didn't usually tell me shit. He was pretty private. He tells me the whole story. I go, God damn, the cut was this fucking big.
He hit me with the right hand. and I don't knock Mike being angry with them. But here's what I simply say. Other than that Guzman fight, that's the only time that me and him were at odds.
What happened after that fight?
You need a woman to balance you out.
Who said that?
Chantel Harris.
She ain't gonna act right. Tell Chantel she talking. She ain't gonna act right. She's cutting up. They all say that to all women say that I need a man to balance you out, and then they get measured around there, and then they want a fist fight in public, and I ain't going for that.
Right.
I ain't going for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. Now make your mind up.
Why do it seem like they want a man to give up his freedom to prove that he loved them?
Or give up his masculinity.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up either. Look here. I'd rather drink my own urine, and I've seen it done. And
well, you know what? You should be coming to the Single Show on Friday the 6th.
I'm not coming.
You're not coming?
No.
Why not?
I'm not.
I need some help.
You call White Jesus.
We had a blue-eyed white devil Jesus on my wall growing up,
Yeah.
and he ain't never did shit
Yeah,
for us.
what you call the other one? Call the brown hair one, the one they got look Spanish almost. Call that one. Call that black Jesus they got with the perm. You know what I'm talking about? Look like Samuel Jackson with a perm. Call him. But
Yeah.
no, but for Don, when I dealt with Don was Don. I tell guys, I said Don is Don. Don blocked me in bankruptcy. Don King blocked my bankruptcy
Stopped you from getting bankruptcy?
because I'd been able to get out of contract with him.
Oh.
Don said, that he got money. I'm gonna tell you right now, he got the first dollar I ever paid him. I know he got it.
Damn.
He don't buy nothing. The boy is cheap. He's frugal. I said, God damn. He said I gave him $1,500 for his wedding anniversary. Did he put that in the paperwork?
Damn.
Yeah, Don knows how to
You
do
finna
that.
get you arrested.
Well, that's
shit.
what all these fighters do is they file bankruptcy to get out of the contract. They're not bankrupt. They're just filing it to get out of the contract. He had it. A million guys did it to him.
But
Million
Don,
guys
but
did
Don understood. Don understood. I didn't want to leave Don King. I didn't. But I think that my team wanted to leave Don King, and it probably was a good idea because Don tanked after that. But
He didn't do a fight after 2012, so
right,
most boxers saw it coming.
right.
Because we cut the staff. We had 55
Right.
full-time
When I
employees
started,
in
and
the
then
late
when
90s.
when I started going to do, it was like you see, it sound like on a Clint Eastwood movie. Yeah.
So did you ever work with Al Heyman?
No, the Al Heyman came along after me. He was still coming up.
Yeah, he was not.
I probably was 3-4 years before Al Heyman took over. It probably would have been a great thing because the guys like Sam, they loved the way that I fought. I was a bruiser. I was there. I could box. I could punch. I made good fights. I made entertaining fights. But for me, I think I lost my zest, my love for the game at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I miss boxing now. I think I miss boxing now in a way that I love it now in a way that I would love to do boxing now because I love boxing. I told one of my me and Hassan Rothman was talking the other day. I said, dude, do you ever want to just go back one time? He said, oh, boy, these motherfuckers, yeah. You know the way Hassan talk. Hassan said, man, these right, man, I heard, man, that Baltimore accent.
Right.
He's a gangster, man.
Yeah.
His guys are scared the shit. I mean, listen, when I paid him that time in Atlantic City, at the old what's that old building, the real old one, the convention center. And it's old as shit.
It's right at
but it's the
Boardwalk Hall.
Yeah, it's the convention center, and it's old and crotchety and shit. And I went upstairs. I was so hungry. I was in this dirty little room down and the Rockman was in the other room right next to me, and I was waiting to pay him, but he was. I think he was the main event on that fight. And I went upstairs, got a hot dog and Coke, came back down. Literally 2 minutes later, a dude came with something and stabbed another dude right in the heart, right where I was standing.
Damn.
And it was Rockman's Baltimore guys and
AC.
I don't know if it was AC. It must have been AC guys. You know that you can look that up. They never found the dude, and he stabbed him in front of fucking 200 people, and they never caught the guy. Stuck that shit right in his fucking heart. And the cops came and locked us down and said, "Don't, you can't leave the room." I'm like, what? And find out what happened. I was 2 minutes. I was standing right there. I was like, and that was Rockman's guys, or at least supposedly. But he always brought a scary. That dude kind of scared me. He's one of those guys that scared me.
Rockman is so no nonsense. I don't know how Rockman didn't kill Evander Holyfield with his head, buddy. Because Rockman is so.
Yeah, but that's because Holyfield fights with his head.
Yeah,
He always did.
But
with his head.
Rockman is so. That's probably one of those. He one of them dudes that, like a lot of say, guys, you can have this guy standing behind you, blah blah blah, in the alleyway. I say Hassan Rockman. I take Mike Tyson. You throw all them guys. Them the guys I want to go in the alleyway with. If we in a fight, and I got to pick 3 or 4 guys to go in there, I want Rockman. I want Tyson.
Did you ever see the lump he got on his head?
I want Ike Belbucci.
Who got a lump?
Show it to you.
Yeah, that sound
Oh,
like some Godfather of Harlem
Oh
shit y'all talking
shit,
about.
man, that was the most gruesome thing. I don't even know
It's
how
like
he.
Alien was coming out, but Rockman is a woo. Rockman was
Damn.
Let me see if I can blow it up a little bit.
Rockman was that dude.
Yeah, yeah, man, that was something. That's a hematoma, man.
Yeah.
Holy crap! But
That's like when the rocks cry out.
yeah, and he's a tough guy, dude. He fought another 8 rounds or 7 rounds. Man, that thing go round after round. But that's Holyfield right there. Holyfield fights with his head down, coming forward all the time. But
oh, so he headbutted.
yeah, and this was after he beat Lennox Lewis, and he whipped Lennox Lewis's ass, man, in that fight where he won the championship.
Yeah.
And that was another Don King move, because you know what happened, right? Rockman's contract expired, right? So HBO said, man, fuck it. We're not going to do anything. Fuck Don King. Wait, we'll sign him, Rockman. You know what Rockman did? You know what Don did? He had Izzy in the limo in front of the building there in New York in HBO. When Rockman came out, and they said, well, we'll send you the money or some shit like that. Don said, get in the limo right here, man, my brother. Came in, fucking had a bag full of money and a fucking contract, and Rockman signed the fucking contract, which is, nobody does that shit. Your contract expires, and you're getting a shot at the heavyweight championship, and his contract expires, and HBO doesn't hand him the cash and make him sign, and he walks out of the building.
So
Don's sitting right there.
He got 2 checks. He got a check from Don, and he got a check.
He got cash from Don. I went to the bank and got it. It was like $280,000. I forgot how much it was. I went to the Citibank and got it. And he took it with him, and he was right there, and Isidore came out and said, Haas, come here, man. Get in the limo. He got in. Don said, man, you my man. You got to stick there. You know, his whole shit. And Rockman signed that bitch, and fucking HBO went, what the fuck just happened to us? Fucking billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar Time Warner owns this shit. And this motherfucker pulled up in a limo and took the heavyweight champion right away from us. And took him right away.
He didn't take him away. They had a deal. And
no, but his contract expired.
Right, but they still had a deal.
His contract expired after he knocked out Lennox Lewis.
Right, but here was the thing about it. Ready for this?
All they had to do was re-sign him.
Right.
And then they had they had the heavyweight championship.
Right.
You never. That's a deal that never happens.
But
guy wins the upset fight. His contract expires. You put that shit in front of him, and you drop every fucking. You know, you empty everybody's pockets and say, sign, dude, don't even leave the locker room. HBO was so fucking, those white guys, those motherfuckers.
But didn't they give
let him go.
But then they still had to give him money anyway, because the fight was on HBO, so they said to pay him anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah, but they didn't re-sign him, and he just won the championship. Like, what the fuck? He goes back and they, no, we'll take you. Just come to Time Warner on or where is it, on Fifth Avenue or wherever it is in New York. And Don was down. I remember saying we were all talking about it, like, Don, you can't believe what he just fucking did. Him and Izzy went up. Izzy jumped out of the car when Rockman walked out. Say, hey man, Hassan, come here, man. Don wants to talk. Comes in, got a big fucking bag of money, puts it. That's his typical Don shit. That's how smart the motherfucker is. He ain't gangster. He is fucking smart. He's just way smarter than any of these boxing executives ever were. That's why he made so much money.
Now he's promoting the heavyweight champion again. So now they gotta fuck with him again, even though they hate him. See, here's what happened, and a lot of folk don't like hearing me say this, but let me tell you the story. When Don King had the most belted man on the planet. He had the most belted fight on the planet.
Who was that?
Me. I was the most belted guy living. Nobody had more belts than me. But HBO had already played him dirty. They gave HBO gave De La Hoya a content deal, a 3-year content deal. And the deal said that it was a content deal, meaning they didn't have to put shit on. It didn't have to be great fights.
Means you just got to put fights on air.
Exactly. And they built Canelo in that content deal. They built Canelo on the content deal.
Well, they took a chance on Canelo in that content
deal. They built him.
I know they built him, but they look at that. That content deal is what fucked up boxing.
That killed boxing. HBO was number 1 going in, and they was number 2 coming out, and Showtime was number 1.
And 10 years later, they were out of business.
They were out of business.
Out of business because you're saying to people, "Look, man, we're not going. You don't have to fight for fights. This is what you say to promoters. You don't have to fight for. You don't have to put on great fights because there ain't nobody that ever gave content deals to Don. They put content deals, and Don put on fucking championship fights. You know, we put on 4 pay-per-views for you in '94. We put on 4 pay-per-view fights in 1994. 129, 5-7, 9-17, and 12-17. All 4 of those fights had a minimum of 5 world championship, real world championship fights. Dude, I'm talking guys in the fucking Ricardo Lopez, Terry Norris, Simon Brown, Chavez versus Randall, then Randall versus Chavez. Chavez fought Taylor. Dude, a total of probably 30 world championship fights that every single one of them could stand on their own. And Don put them on there, and he didn't have to do it. He could have just fucking spread them all out. But he said, fuck it, I want the best championship fights.
Don King would start fights at 12 in the afternoon. Am I lying?
He
would start. You had, if you wanted to see certain fighters, you had to be in the
when Tyson fought McNeely, that fight started on ABC at about 12 o'clock noon in Vegas, or 11 o'clock or something like that. There was 2 fights on. Dan Deerdorf called it, I remember, on ABC at 12 o'clock. We had fights with
so he was making money with ABC.
22, 23 fights on the card.
He was running fights on ABC. He was running fights. Dude, so basically people had to sit in the arena all day long if they wanted to see all the fights. People would get up. I heard people would get up and leave, go eat, and come back.
I watched Devin Alexander. There was like 5 of us in that Sears arena. Devin was like 5-0 or something. Fought this undefeated white guy. Fight was fucking great. There was 5 of us. Devin's looking at me when I had to go. They called me and I had to go back upstairs. I see Devin looking at me like, "Where the fuck you going?" I'm like, "Dude, I'll be back down." I had to run all the way up, come back down. White guy came as 10-0. White guy came with a whole entourage. Kev's looking at me. I look at him. I'm like, "The fuck is this white guy?" He's like 10-0. He's got an entourage, all matching shit. Devin knocked that fucker out. That fucker was cold.
Devin, my dude. I was at Devin's first ever pro fight. I watched him go from 0-0 to world champion.
Bring up Devin.
Devin, my dude. Devin, my dude. I want him to run for office so bad so I can work on his campaign.
He was supposed to call us up, man.
Kind of like after Tyson, boxing kind of got boring.
The excitement of it all.
It seemed like there was no real heavyweight, real contenders out there.
But the truth of the matter was, there were better heavyweights.
But a lot of us quit watching. I guess they weren't promoting it as much. It was like they couldn't find, because I used to be like, I wanted Roy Jones to go up to heavyweight. I think he did.
He did. He beat John Ruiz in 2003. Yeah.
There was a time when it was so boring in the heavyweight field that I was like, damn, Roy needs to go up so we can have some entertainment in the heavyweight.
Yeah, but the
field.
90s was great for heavyweights.
It was great.
It was
most money ever.
Look at it. And it had the most talent.
You had 3 guys that made you had 3 guys among them that made over $1 billion.
Lennox Lewis, Riddick Bowe, Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, and then you had a whole bunch of guys that right now would win championship. Tommy Morrison would probably win a belt right now. Right. Tommy Morrison had no chin.
Tommy the Duke Morrison. Ike Abeabuchi was out.
Abeabuchi. How about the guys that like Abeabuchi? David Tua, when he knocked out John Ruiz, who won John Ruiz almost died.
He got him out in 1 round.
He hit him with 2 punches, one going and then one going down. And John Ruiz looked like he was dead.
In 49 seconds of the first round.
And that guy never won a championship.
And to this day, the same year he did that, I knocked the guy out, the guy from New York. He lives in Puerto Rico. I knocked him out. And that joker said, I was up for knockout of the year, and David Tua was up for knockout of the year. I took second place.
When was the fight?
Daniel Alicea.
Oh, yeah, there it is. 9/14/2002.
Yeah.
Who promoted that?
The main events.
How long did you fight for main events?
17 for my 17th fight. My 19th fight. Only fought.
Who signed you, Kathy or not Dino?
No.
Dino?
No. Gary. Well, Gary, he was over running main events then. Gary, the fat guy.
He signed you?
Yeah, Gary he went out and started his own company.
This was before the husband died there, Dan Duva. Was this before he died or after?
After.
Oh.
Gary, because Carl Moretti wasn't even running the company then. It was Gary, what's Gary Shaw?
Oh, Gary Shaw. Gary Shaw.
Gary Shaw signed me.
He's an angry motherfucker, man.
Gary Shaw he was dead set on. He said that little guy can bang. He signed me. They brought me up to I fought a guy named Jaime Torres, who I had knocked out in one round, and I fought him again. He fought me a little better this time. I was so worried about getting signed. And they signed me. Main Event signed me. They signed me, and I really wanted to be with Main Event because they were the most powerful company at the time. They had Vernon Forrest. They had Arturo Gatti. They had Lennox Lewis. They had Holyfield. They had everybody. They had everybody.
It was a productive time because they were really productive promoters.
Right. They do. They had
Main
everybody.
Events, Aram, Top Rank was good.
Dude, back then you had so many promoters. So many promoters with so many great fighters, man. You had great fighters, man. You had, imagine what I just said. You had Zab Judah, Jeff Lacey. You had Arturo Gatti. You had Vernon Forrest. You had Holyfield. You had Lennox Lewis. You had
Mayorga De La Hoya.
No, I'm just talking about main events. This was just main events. Mm-hmm. You had just this. You had this just on main events. Main events, dude. Paulie Malignaggi, and Arturo Gatti fought in the same card. I was a co-main event. We were, dude. You had fights. Boardwalk Hall.
Yeah.
I met John Leguizamo that night.
When Gotti fought, what's his name?
Ward, the second time.
Ward.
The first time I was there. The second time I was co-main event.
Those are exciting. You should go back and watch those fights again. And Gotti wasn't like in Nate's league. He was a couple steps below, but his excitement and the matches they made were great.
But Gotti was a bigger name than me.
Oh, yeah, because
white guy, tough as hell, but he's a good dude. Gotti, I got a picture of Gotti where he
died.
I got a picture of
Died
Arturo.
too early, man.
I got a picture of Arturo. He signed me and told me, you're going to be champion one day. He told me, you're going to be champion. He said, man, I watched every fight you've ever had. Every fight that I can find on video, I watched. I said, why? He said, you got stuff that's stealable. He said, you got stuff that's good to steal, what he told me. He said, I want to steal your stuff. He said, some of it I can't. He said, but I want to steal your stuff. I said, huh? He said, yeah, you got stuff I want to steal.
Oh, Matt Zegan. Oh, I forgot that. So I was just talking about Devin. So Devin was on that undercard. You were too.
Right.
I think Devin must have fought way before you.
Yeah.
Because that Matt Zegan was supposed to be good.
Oh, yeah. I ruined him.
We brought in this Russian guy, and Nate fucked him up.
He was Carl's guy. I never forget Carlson, man.
What did Carl say to you?
Carlson, man, look at Geechee. look at Duval. Look at Geechee. Look at man. Look at man.
That kid.
I told him. I never forget what he told me. He said, he told me before Don went to Disney, man, I told him not to put this. I don't want this shit here. I don't want this fight. This my kid, but I don't want this fight for him. I told him I don't want this fight. He kept saying that. And Don got on the dead. Don said, ain't gonna be no skullduggery. I chill tonight. If you win, you win. Ain't gonna be no bullshit tonight.
That kid was so fucking dejected. I can picture his
face.
37-1.
He was like 35-1, 37-1.
And we definitely changed that check around. Like that check had the full amount on it.
Right.
And when he lost, we switched that shit and took that money out because Nate fucked him up. Because when you fucked up a guy that's 37-0 and you loaned him a shitload of money, you switcheroo, man. You go get that check with the money deducted from it, and that kid, what was he, Russian or something? Polish,
and
right?
Who was in Chicago? Were there more Polish people in Chicago
and Andrew Galata was there, and Andrew Galata's wife brought us a ton of food there. It was awesome. And I think Galata was friends with that kid, wasn't he?
Right, Galata was friends with him, and the Russian fought. Valua fought on Monty Barrett that
night.
Dude, let me tell you this fight. I was the first fight. Then it was, after me, it was Valua. It was Thomas Adamick versus the other guy from Australia. He dropped Adamick. Adamick went down like he shot him again. Both fights he knocked him down.
Fucking crazy.
Then the next fight he fought Valua fought Monty Barrett, and they went like 9 or 10 rounds.
I don't know, but Monty Barrett was so fucking punch drunk. He signed the check on top of the hairdryer an hour after he walked from the ring, and he was still slurring and could fucking barely hold himself up. And I said to myself, man, that fucking Valuev. Valuev was 7'2", big Russian, and this guy knew how to use his jab. Actually, he was a fairly good athlete for being that.
But Monty
did everything wrong. He stood right in the ring.
Too far. He was too far outside. Should have been closer.
No, you got to be underneath him. That's what Holyfield did. No, he stayed right at the range, and he fucked up. And I don't think Monty Barrett was ever the same after that because he fought for us a couple times, and he's like one of those guys that fight was one of those ones where it changed his CTE, man.
He went in is and came out was.
He did, man. He was slurring his words afterwards. I saw guys like that, man.
When I tell you, I can't even make this up. That fight that night, I walked out the first round and dropped this kid twice, and they didn't give me credit for the first one. When I dropped him the second time, they were trying not to give me credit for that one, but the man started counting. The guy who was counting started picked up the count, and the ref didn't want to pick the count up. But the guy was bah, 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 and that's how I knew I said, I got to get this motherfucker. I got to get him. I beat him every round. Matt Zegan was a solid dude. He was strong. He was physical, but he had never seen that shit I was doing to him. Nate was putting that old shoulder on him, and I was pulling back and Carl.
Nah, that's the problem with those Russian guys. They've never seen a black fighter
who fought black.
A black fighter who fought black, and it was over.
And I could punch.
Dude, it was over inside like the first round, dude, when you start rolling and ducking and shit. He's getting straightforward guys from. Did you ever see his record? Did you ever see the guy's record?
He lost to Arthur Gregorian. That's the only guy he ever lost to. He lost for the WBO title.
So did y'all go to the full round?
But that was the worst part about it. He took 12. I dropped him in the first twice. I dropped him in the sixth with one single shot. Boom! I just beat him. And then I hurt my hand in the 10th round, and I did so much damage with my left hand, they had to rush him straight to the hospital after the fight. He was
look at his record leading up to this. So this is the problem with these Russian guys, is they just fight Russian guys. Look at all those guys. Look at where those fights are. Pulling. Look at if you can bang and
he lost to Gregorian. He lost a majority decision to Gregorian, which means he won that fight. Gregorian was champion. He fought.
But that's why Don got his hands on him because of that loss.
Right.
He got his hands on him. Then Don, he's the great savior. Don likes fixer-uppers, man. That was his whole deal.
And I'm gonna show you something. Go up to when I fought him. When I went up and fought him, I was 28-5, but I had fought everybody.
But look, here's the important part. Take a look at right here where you beat him, Nate, and look what happened to his career after you beat him. That's what Nate did to him. He beat the fight out of him. He beat the fight out of that guy. That guy was dejected. I was just looking at that. I can remember his face, man. In the fight, I was trying to think.
Damian Fuller. He fought Damian Fuller back. He got stopped by Damian Fuller, who wasn't a puncher. Remember that? He got stopped by Damian Fuller, who wasn't a puncher. And I never forget going in the back to talk to him. And he said, I know this thing. He said, you make me know.
No, but we signed him right here, Nate, because see this fight right here, the one in the United Center? I'm pretty sure that was our fight, because I remember Don taking $10,000 out and giving it to him. I can just remember the dude's face. He didn't speak. Dana Jameson was speaking like Russian to him or Polish to him, and he and Don took out like $10,000, and I go, boy, he's fucking, It wasn't a lot of money. He wasn't handing him 50 or 100 grand or something. But I just remember him when he does that shit. That means he's rolling the dice.
Right.
And he was rolling the dice. How'd you get on the scene to fight him?
Well,
did they bring you in as like an opponent or some shit?
Yeah, but remember I had beat I came off a loss against they robbed me against a guy named Isaac Slachwayo. They robbed me against Slachwayo. Go up to Isaac. I took an L, which I really wanted to fight, and they took it from me. And
What's this guy's name?
Isaac Slachwayo.
Who made this match? Was Eric Botcher working for us? Did he make this match?
No. For the Matt Zegan fight?
Yeah.
Botcher might have made the fight. But here's what happened. Matt Zegan was top 5, and we were fighting for the number 1 spot. Remember?
Yeah.
We're fighting, because I was top 10 still, I learned how to play the system. I said I want to fight the next available guy for the number 1 spot. It was the number 1 spot, so you have to start at the top and come down. And because I'm top 10, I can contest for it. So I went to the top, and nobody wanted to fight me, and it got to Zegan, and Don didn't want to get passed over. He said, got to take a gamble. So Don, when he's coming off a loss, got to take a gamble with it. Carl said, I don't want that fight. He told Don.
I know because I think that Eric Botcher knew that you were going to beat him because Botcher's the smartest boxing mind. I mean, that fucking guy. Remember, just around this time,
he's like a savant.
Yeah, he is, man. And I don't remember. I just remember him. I remember him coming in the locker room, and I remember him saying, like, dude, there was 2 fights before the one in the United Center. He came in and said some shit to me about. It must have been about Botcher made a fight with Botcher must have made this fight with Matt Zegan the fight before where he beat the guy because Botcher came in and talked with this guy. Was this Jesus Salvador? That must have been the guy.
No, that was
that was it. 8/13/2005. Yeah, that was on the under. Yeah, this was the this was the what's his name? The guy that the black guy from Chicago that won the championship. That fight. Botcher came in and talked with the guy and said, "Hey, how is he?" And he goes, "Yeah, he's pretty good. He's decent." The boxer was telling Botcher, the guy that he beat was giving him an assessment, and Eric goes, "Yeah, I made this match because this guy tells me how the fighters are, and he's always right."
Right.
And I'm pretty sure when I must not have paid you, but I definitely paid Zegan after that fight.
Right.
And I remember Eric just, you know how Eric talks, he's mumbling. He goes, yeah. Something like, I knew that was going to, he didn't say it in Don's earshot, because I don't think Don really wanted that to happen.
Right.
But Don always made fights where if Nate listen, he always hedged bets, man. He didn't make that fight thinking Nate wasn't going to win. He just said, if Nate wins, this is what I'm going to do with him. He was 5 steps ahead of that shit.
Because if you look at me, if you go back and look at my record,
Did you already signed a long-term agreement with him?
No, I hadn't. If you go back.
Oh, you didn't sign it after Zegan? You signed a one-off on this?
I signed it off. I signed after the Ricky Keelis fight. Remember? Because they made me fight another.
So why'd you fight this other fight, this Coro guy? Who promoted that? Is that
that was a Terry Petracus deal.
Oh.
But here's the thing: I want to fight kind of fighter. I don't want to sit kind of fighter. So what happened was I fought Zegan, and I had to turn around. If you look, I fought Zegan. Was it 10
October 7th?
Right, I beat him. In March 2007, I fought for the mandatory #1 spot, which was made me mandatory for the IBF. And guess who was the IBF champion? Juan Diaz.
Oh, yeah.
So I was mandatory to Don's fighter, and he had to fight me.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. When that happened,
he was tired of it.
He wasn't just tired. He was fucking pissed at that. What's that guy's name? Willie Savannah. He hated. I never saw. That isn't Don's top guys. Like Don hates John Wirt, the attorney, the most. That's his #1 nemesis, man. That motherfucker.
That was his lawyer for years.
But guys would come after John quit. Guys would come in. He'd have these big fucking conferences, and he'd say, "Yeah," and I mean, he'd talk about something. He said, "That motherfucking Wirt," and people are like, "Who's fucking? That my fucking attorney, man. That motherfucker." I call him Donnie. I texted John a couple times. Dan, he's talking about you getting me. Motherfucking attorney fucked me out of $9 million and fucked him, on some deal or something. Man, he talked about John every single meeting that anybody of significance was in there. That guy was #1. Willie Savannah was #2. Close to. And he hated him. And Willie Savannah just had this kind of asshole attitude. And the thing wasn't like Willie Savannah had managed like 50 guys or some shit. He could do it. He managed Juan Diaz.
No, he managed 2.
Who was the other guy?
Ronnie Shields, Juan Diaz.
Juan Diaz, okay. But
and he hated the way that Ronnie Shields' career went. He felt like Don fucked over Ronnie.
Look at if he had a good relationship with Willie Savannah had a good relationship, you would have never won that championship because Don would have never put you in with him.
He had to.
Well, he had to, but he did the right thing. Don always had options. First thing he did, get the options on Nate, signed him, and that was it. And Nate went in and fucked him up. What did he say?
He said,
in the ring.
No, but I'm going to tell you what he did. I never forget when he made the fight. I never forget the day he made the fight. He made the fight. I said,
That's
he
a
said,
fun-ass week,
he
man.
said,
It was in Cancun.
hey, you coming down? You want me to why this money? How you want me to get this? I said, I'll be there to pick my money up. How much I owe you? I said, you know what you owe me, Don. Don't play with me. You owe me $37,500 for training camp. That's what you need me, $37,500. He said, all right, goddamn, all right, 30, it was 37. So I came down. Me and my little cousin Merk came. And I went into the office, and I was up in the office. He said, you want cash? I want cash. So he gave me cash. I took the cash, and me and Merk bust the bands down and started counting them. And that motherfucker said, hey, you think you can beat this boy? I said, man, give me him. I said, man, will you let me count this money? I said, he can't beat me.
Were you in his office or in the conference room?
I was in his office. I sat at the big table in his office, counting my money. Went downstairs, and he said, you really think you can beat him? I said, man, I'm beating this guy, man. He can't beat me. So I went down.
Don already knew the answer to that question.
Right. Then
trust me,
I beat him. And not only I beat him up, and they was still trying to steal a fight from me. That motherfucker Don King told the referee, say, if you don't win, you'll never work in this business again. Never. God damn it. You'll never work again. I said, damn, Don. Then Don politely walked from me to Willie Savannah and said, I'm so glad I ain't got to fuck with you no more. You know?
That's on camera, man. That's in the
so
archive.
Glad I ain't got to fuck with you no more.
And we never heard from Willie Savannah again.
Don,
never again.
But Don put up the numbers he had given Juan. Juan Diaz made more money with Don King on his training camp expenses than I made my whole career.
Juan Diaz made way too much money. That was a dude that was so fucking overpaid. He threw 1,000,000 punches in a fight, pitter-patter shit. Every punch he hit, Nate just fucking walked through it. And that kid was fucking beaten like a stepchild, man. He got out of that ring. He was fucked up, and he was that another guy that was never the same. Remember, he said he wouldn't even meet you at the.
He wouldn't come meet me at a press at a charity event last year.
He didn't want to meet me.
So why was he making so much money?
Because he
just was in the right place at the right time.
He won. He beat that guy right there. He beat who was that? Freitas.
Freitas.
He beat
Arcelino Freitas.
He beat Freitas first. Then he beat Julio Diaz. So he had 3 belts. He just outworked him. He just kept outworking guys.
Yeah, Freitas was a longtime champion.
Yeah. Freitas beat
Diaz versus Diaz, and that was a boring fight.
Yeah, he broke Diaz. He beat Diaz. I was there. He beat him down over duration. Just broke him down.
Well, Kevin Wynn brought Diaz. Oh, Kevin Wynn and speaking of Rick Glazer. Rick Glazer brought both those guys. Rick I don't think he ever got paid for it, but Kevin Wynn brought Diaz there because Kevin Wynn had a relationship with Willie Savannah. I'm pretty sure that's how he got him there. But he talked him into it. You know Kevin Wynn was. Kevin Wynn was a longtime a VP of Madison Square Garden. A good dude, man. He worked with us. One of the great attorneys. He ended up being the chief operating officer. He's a great dude, man. I love that guy. He was cool about everything. But that fucking guy, he brought Juan Diaz to the table, and he kind of,
Well, Juan, I'll be honest with y'all. Carl Moretti did not like Juan Diaz. He said, how bad? I never forget, Juan Diaz fought the day before. I forget which fight it was I fought. I had knocked the guy out the next night. It was the day before the Arturo Gatti fight, Mickey Ward 2 fight. And I stopped the guy, Chloe Rios. I stopped. Oh, my God. All the young guns fought before that. I was considered to be more dangerous, so I fought on the Gotti card. You had Panchito Bajado, Rocky Juarez, and Juan Diaz all fought the night before me on Friday night. And so main events had all this money coming in. Carl Moretti, I never forget, he said, oh, my God. He said, how horrible is Juan Diaz? He did not like Juan Diaz. He didn't like him. But they wouldn't let me nowhere near him. They wouldn't let me nowhere near none of them. And I was fighting at 30. I was fighting 26, 30, 35, 40, and 47. So I could have fought any of those guys. But he would not let me. He signed me so I wouldn't be.
How much did we pay Juan Diaz for that fight?
He made $750.
Did he?
He made
I didn't pay him because that was all done.
He made $750,000.
Did he? That guy was so overpaid, man. That guy was a $30,000 fighter. That's what he was. That's all he fucking was, man.
His story was so.
He was getting his law degree, and he was smart. He was going to be this and that. That was all bullshit. He wasn't that good of a fighter.
But they liked him, and Mexicans loved him, and that's who was.
Well, that's where we did that fight in Cancun, and that shit was sold out. That fight. That's the best arena I ever watched a fight. And it was a bull ring.
Yeah.
And the bull ring, it's circular. It's perfect for boxing because if you put the boxing ring in the middle. The rise seats are there was a tiny little ringside. There was 3 rows of ringside or 4 rows of ringside, and the seats are all the way around it. And that's a fight. Mexicans are the best fans. Let me tell you something. Those motherfuckers showed up. It was a long card we had in Cancun. Those fuckers showed up at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They had 3 walkout fights. So the main event, Rockman, Nate was co-feature, and then it was not Rockman.
Sam Peter
versus
Oleg Maskaev.
Oh, Maskaev, right?
Maskaev, right there.
Yeah, Maskaev, and they fought, and like once in a while they'll do walkout fights where somebody gets knocked out early or whatever, and they can't fit the fight in.
Right.
They got to make the time, or the fights go the distance, and they have to move a fight out for the TV to keep the TV time. This one, they had 3 walkout fights.
And they watched them all.
The arena was filled. You never see that anywhere. Nobody watches walkout fights anywhere. Not Madison Square Garden, nowhere.
They walk out.
That whole crowd was there, and those Mexicans stayed there. All I remember is I was up in the top there, and the guys kept coming with the Corona bottles and throwing them down into the dumpster.
Yeah.
These guys must have drank. They drank. I swear to God, the dumpster was filled to the top with Corona bottles. They stayed all day, drank, stayed all the way through Nate's fight, Sam Peters' fight,
and I never forget. I'm gonna tell you something.
3 walkout fights that were like 6 rounds each.
And I'm gonna tell you
crazy,
something.
Man.
I never forget the next day. The Willie Savannah said Nate Campbell didn't take a urine test. He must have been dirty.
Oh fuck! Really?
Yeah. And I was so hurt because I don't even drink. And I waited and waited and waited, and they never urine tested me. The people said, "Go ahead." They didn't urine test me.
Oh, the state of whatever that state was.
Mm-hmm. They didn't piss test me. There was no need to. They said there's no need to urine test you. I didn't come up on a random. I'm like, but it was for a title. Shouldn't I urine? I said I'm gonna wait. So I waited. I waited for over an hour. I put my clothes on and I waited. I waited to the point that Winky Wright and me was in the dressing room together. I waited, and nobody wanted. And Nate Campbell was dirty, dude. I ain't never pissed dirty in my life for nothing, and I was cool with that. I said y'all can take hair if y'all want it, and know that I wasn't dirty. Oh, they don't want to do that. I said, well, the hair will tell you more than my urine would.
So the IBF didn't give a shit?
No. But
they weren't doing anti-doping. Those guys. There was WBA too.
Yeah.
How come? Jose Sulaiman was there. We did this whole big thing with Jose Sulaiman. That's the first time I ever saw him. He was the president of the WBC. He came in, and he held his hand out, and everybody came and kissed it. I was like,
yes.
Are you fucking kidding me, man? Fucking dude. I was like, I ain't kissing this motherfucker's hand, man.
Jose
I'm fucking shaking his fucking hand.
Jose Sulaiman is God in Mexico.
He is, and he has a big ring, and he had like a fucking cape on and shit, and they put him on the stage, and everybody was going kissing his fucking hand. I was like, I was sitting with Mary and Dawn. We were drinking.
Was he a good boxer?
No,
he was the president of the WBC. He's a good dude, but it was. But
I love Don. Don King has been good to me. I love Don King.
Listen, and Mauricio's the nicest guy ever. Yeah. He's the nicest guy, man. I saw him a couple of years ago. I didn't think he even remembered me.
They just give away too many damn belts.
Yeah,
man.
that's a problem. Yeah. They get too greedy.
Damn, they give away too many belts. Every motherfucker in the world got a WBC belt now. The WBC Continental Americas, the youth title, and they gave that boy 135 pounder. Devin Haney gave him a belt. I'm like, dude, y'all watering down the sport. I'm like, God.
The boxer pays that out of their check. You know that, right?
2%.
They pay a sanctioning fee.
2%.
Yeah.
I was paying 2% times 3.
It's not free.
Them 3 belts you see me with, I paid 2% a belt.
He paid him.
I paid for that.
How much did you make in that Cancun fight?
I made $250,000 what they would on paper.
How much did they take for the sanctioning?
2%.
The WBA and IBF and WBO?
2%.
Paco took that money from you too?
Is the elephant happy? 2%.
Fuck.
2%.
2%.
I ain't mad. I wasn't mad. I was glad to be champion. Going to pay for the title. 2%.
Like Eddie Murphy said, half.
Yeah. And everybody, but listen to me. Boxing for me was more than about the money it ever was, because I wasn't the guy. You never saw me with a Rolex. You never saw me. I bought my wife a new truck, but you saw me. I had as a matter of fact, I think I drove up in my truck, a 1969 Chevy truck. That's what I drove. The turquoise truck. I drove. I never was that guy that was going to ever be. I was never going to be that guy that was going to come out and blow my money on Bentleys, and that never was going to be me. Never was going to be me. It was never going to be what I wanted. Never was going to be what I desired. So.
Yeah, well, these guys end up broke like, what's his name there, Andy Ruiz. He'll be your next broke boxer. That fucking dude is going to be broke, I'm telling you.
I hope that he doesn't. I really hope that.
Dude, did you see all the shit he bought?
The first
fight? Yeah.
Well,
dude, I've seen a million of these dudes, man. When I see them a mile away, man, those fucking dudes, and Ricardo Mayorga was the brokest motherfucker, and he had nothing to fucking show for it. I don't know where he spent his money. Dude, he didn't have a car.
I'm going to tell you what he did. You know, he put lights in his whole community. You didn't know that, did you?
No, I did not know that.
He took his check and he
was
put
broke
lights.
every time.
He strung lights down the whole street where he lived, where the people lived.
He was the best for. He was like Ric Flair of boxing in the 2000s. Everybody fought him. Mosley, dude,
smoke it up.
Dude, let me tell you something, man. I sat outside a month before he fought Vargas. I was in New York. I sat out on the sidewalk with him. I was drinking a Corona in New York in front of the, and he was smoking and drinking. I came back in. I bought him 2 shots for 30 days before this fucking pay-per-view fight, man. He got so fucked up, stayed out all night. Did you ever go to New York and stay at that Southgate? It's got a revolving door.
Southgate.
He got so fucked up. He got his arm caught in the door at 6 a.m. We were like, oh fuck, his right hand, you know.
Right.
Fucker just, I guess he caught it and he was fucking yelling. They had to stop the door and all shit. They took it out. He just fucking shook it off, drank the fucking beer, went to bed.
Hey, it's called the Affinia now.
And the Affinia. No, it's the Southgate now. It used to be the Affinia.
No, it was the Affinia. It was the Southgate Plaza before.
Oh, and then it's the Affinia.
That's the Affinia.
But 30 days later, he went to L.A. and knocked Vargas the fuck out. Fucked him up.
He did beat Vargas, didn't he?
Yeah, he fucking hammered him, man. I was sitting right across the aisle from
Sylvester
Stallone. He fucked up Vargas.
That dude, Mayorga, was that dude that was like, he could have fought in any era.
Definitely. Definitely.
He could have fought in any era.
Take a cigarette in the ring after he won, and an apple in the other one.
He bite an apple. He get on the weight scale with an apple.
And let me tell you, he was a nice guy.
Oh yeah,
nice guy, but he played the game exactly right.
He tell him, he said, "Well, I'm from women give birth to men." I'll never forget that. I said, "Wait, did he call my dude?" I said, "Did he call my boy a pussy?"
Well, you mentioned Corona twice, and they said ever since that virus thing has been going on that nobody's been buying Coronas. Is that?
I don't know. I posted a picture of me with a Corona.
About that.
I'm going to have a Corona in a couple minutes here when we sign out. That's for sure.
Wow.
Well, I think look, tonight has been a great night. Been a great night of talking boxing and a lot of social issues. Next, look, for those of you who want to see me and David work, every Wednesday night at 1818 North Davis Street on the corner of 8th and Davis at 8th Street Cafe, which is T-Posh. It's T-Posh at 8th Street Cafe right across from McDonald's. It's 7 o'clock. 7 p.m.
Do they let us shoot some video there?
Yeah, come on.
You guys?
Bring it on in.
Do it?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I got good cameras I can bring.
Bring them on. Come up, hang out with us, watch us go through our routines. Each and every one of us. Hey, it's a lot of crowd participation on this one because there's a lot of comics working on this stuff. Right. But you get to see us evolve and grow as comedians. Come on up. It'll be me this week, David this week. I'm trying to get my boy Raymond to take his jump on out there. And what we're going to do is, man, we're really trying to build a great following here in the city of Jacksonville. And there's also, we're working on a show for April 3rd, April 4th, coming up. So you guys come on out to T-Posh at 8th Street Cafe, 1818 North Davis Street on the corner of 8th and Davis and see us do our thing. we just moving our new gym. Moving to our new gym. Over behind the gym on Beach Boulevard, right off the corner of Beach Boulevard and San Pablo, right next to the what is it? Big Lots, the Big Lots shopping mall. Look at the gym, and then behind it, all the way in the back, is a place called Jack's Muay Thai. 8,000 square foot facility. We just moved in today. We'll be setting up over the next few days. Hopefully be up and running by Wednesday. You guys want to come in, bring your kids. You guys can hit us up. Jack's Muay Thai, or you can also come and hit me up. Hit me up on my number 904-520-0090. All about boxing and training fighters. Look, come out, have a good day with us, and we'll be back next week, hopefully. I don't think you have to go out of town or nothing, do you? I don't have anything going next weekend. Nate, Experiencing Galaxxy with Nate Campbell. We'll be back, and I think we're gonna have. I want to bring in. I want to see if I can bring in one of our female comedians. Okay. And
Bring her in.
Bring one of the ladies in. Somebody who's gonna make this nice spicy thing up for the ladies. And if you wanna hit us up, you can always hit us up at 904-328-7272. 904 Fat Papa. And you guys can call in and y'all can ask questions. We're trying to build this platform up to push everything we're doing. And just in case you guys wanna get one of my shirts right here, you can hit me up on Facebook at Nate Nat Turner Campbell, or you can hit me up on Nate at experiencethegalaxy.com, or you can hit me up at Nathaniel Campbell 747 at Gmail, and you can let me know what you want, what size. They come in multiple colors: gray, yellow, with gray, orange, green, white, and you can hit me up and we can talk about it. They're only $25, and they have sweat jackets as well as hoodies. So hit me up. Anything you want, David?
I'm at the Comedy Zone Thursday night, March 5th, and that is a blue night. Normally we can't say fuck and motherfuck you and all that during our regular shows, only on Thursday. And we got a killer lineup, and I'm the MC. So I'm going to set the fucking tempo so high the room is going to be blazing. VIP list is free, so just hit me up. And like you said, T-Posh every Wednesday night from 7 to 8, we are doing comedy live. We're working on our comedy where we're building the bits. So, we go hard. We go hard on that stage. We got the T-Posh. You heard the women there. They don't hold back. So, shit. It's on and popping.
Don't women make you bring your A game?
Yeah, March 14th, we have a comedy show once a month at T-Posh Naturals. March 14th, I got 3 women and 1 guy, something like that going. And I'm actually DJing because my DJ is going to be out of town. I'm going to be on the 1s and 2s, better known as my iPad and my cell phone, because I don't have no damn music. So you come out to whatever the fuck I play, and I don't want to hear no crying. But yeah, join with us and build.
I'm going to tell y'all something. I got my cousin, Fire Red. He's a DJ.
Ooh, I know Fire Red. I did some shows with Fire Red.
That's my cousin. So yeah. If you want, I make a call.
Hey, if I ain't got to pay him, bring him.
I work it out.
I like you said, them people said you were frugal, you were cheap. That's me.
They call me cheap.
We joined in the spirit. I don't give a motherfucker shit.
Hey, but look, y'all come out and support 1818 North Davis Street on the corner of 8th and Davis. Right, we sit right across from McDonald's and right next to the Walgreens. Come on up, support your local artists, and look, you gonna hear some you can hear some foolishness going on now. And we can get John to come out and talk about, hey, John, you ought to come out this Wednesday. You should come out this Wednesday and shoot.
The more people need to hear the other side of Don King.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that story is phenomenal. Damn it, motherfucker. John, it's.
And we also do a show at 6 a.m. called Conscious Conversations.
With comedians.
Yeah. And it's conscious, but there's some foolishness going on.
Yeah. John can sit in on that. We, whatever we want to do.
All right, guys. Thank y'all. Bless you.